What's going on? Are we live? Are we live? I think we're live. What's going on, guys? Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to have this on the screen right off the bat. Boom. We gotta get a good look at that beautiful black hole, the blackest hole. So we're gonna jump around a little bit tonight. Apparently, news to me, I just found this out about 2.5 minutes ago. People are thinking Israel may have been nuked. So we're gonna look into that. And then we got a couple of random videos we're gonna fall into. A little bit of conspiracy stuff maybe. Or doom and gloom, world-ending, black pill stuff. So I think that's going to be very fun and interesting. And I'm going to try to get this coffee into my veins, because I'm not going to lie. I got caught up playing piano and chit-chatting in the Discord, the Black Hole Discord. Really the best Discord out there. You guys should join it. You could join the conversation. Might have some people drop in and chit-chat on the stream. Boom. I'm just going to do my little behind the scenes. Get my chats up real quick. So I can talk to all of you beautiful people. Wait a second. No, yeah, very good. There he is. Gator's the one that put me on to this news. Gator, he's got his finger on the pulse, okay, of what's going on in the world. So I do appreciate you. Well, you can hear Snickers. You shouldn't be able to hear Snickers. Wait, really? Oh, he must have heard him for a split second there. Oh no, you could hear Snickers maybe on your side because you're still in the you're still in the chat. But I jumped into the stream chat, so you might just have to mute him on your side. Death Gator. Gators are amazing. Yo, Death Gator and Gator. I love it. Yo, it's the Gator squad. Wouldn't you know? Chomp chomp. And they get like a call sign for you guys or something. I think that'll be one of my next projects. All right. McChickens, check. Coffee, check. We're gonna start with the Benny Johnson video. So this one? Yes, it is. All right, Benny Johnson. Let me go ahead and drop that link in chat. YouTube does news, politics. Let me go ahead and show his channel. Gotta pay that credit where credit's due here. So he did some coverage on this. Was Israel just nuked? Massive mushroom cloud appears over Jerusalem. Now, I don't want to say I doubt it because I know nothing about this. I just feel like I would have noticed it earlier just in my, surfing the web. But hey, maybe I just missed it. So let's get into this.
Right after President Trump posted those images, we see a enormous mushroom cloud in Israel. Something's going on here. There is really no explanation for this. There's been a total and complete media blackout. Nothing makes sense. Again, these posts and these images are just minutes old. So perhaps there's some type of explanation beyond what has been whispered about.
Now let's get some context here. This was 9 hours ago.
Online right now, which is that this was a controlled explosion. I'm sorry. You're looking at the explosion right now. Does that look like a controlled explosion to you? This is a mushroom cloud. And it's light, it's so big, it turns the night sky into daytime. And this is, of course, being shared all over the internet. Massive explosion in Israel. The Israeli government claim they're testing a new device.
That's not scary.
Okay. What?
I guess my question is,
in Bet Shemesh.
So was the test a success or a failure? Because depending what kind of device they were testing, that could be a success. Or it could be a catastrophic failure.
In the here's the I mean,
No, I hear you, man. They could have filmed it with a better camera.
listen to this. Look at that. Did you hear that? So wait a second. Why would you be doing a controlled explosion without warning anyone? There are places in America that do controlled explosions and that have munitions. The White Sands, for instance, but they warn all the locals. They warn people when they are testing weapons. They keep people very far away. Israel's not a big country, so it's not like there's a lot of room to test things. And so why would you do it in this incredibly populated area? Here's Bet Shemesh in Israel. What is a Bet Shemesh in Israel? Where is it? Well, it's really not that far away from Jerusalem. I mean, not far away at all. It has the Biblical Museum of Natural History. It has a dense population. It is 30. It's just 19 miles west of Jerusalem. So this is, by every conceivable standard, like this is a suburb of Jerusalem that just had a giant mushroom cloud over it. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. Hopefully I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I don't want to be right. There's some type of huge explosion that nobody was counting on, some type of massive mushroom cloud.
Okay. Wonder Bucket, what's going on with you? Oh, you're coming in. There you go. There you go. Wonder Bucket, it's been a while. How you doing? How you doing? It's nice to see you. So, like I said, this video is from 9 hours ago. So I looked it up. I'm looking at news. What is this? News18.com. So, in an official statement issued after the incidents, they said it was a pre-planned experiment that was carried out according to schedule. Residents reported hearing a large explosion, while videos circulating online showed a massive fireball and thick smoke rising high into the sky. What kind of experiment are we talking about here? It triggered panic. The explosion took place at a testing ground linked to the state-owned Tomer Defense Company, which develops engines for rockets and missiles used by Israeli forces. Explosion can be seen from miles away. Images and videos quickly spread across social media, leading to widespread speculation. And what is that? It? Oh my lord! Coming in, yeah. I was gonna say you're coming in heavy. How big are tactical nukes? That's a good question. How big are tactical nuclear weapons? Typically range in explosive yield from 0.3 to 50 kilotons, which is roughly fractional to up to 3 times the power of the 15 kiloton bomb dropped in Hiroshima. That's crazy. Designed for specific battlefield engagements, their physical dimensions vary from man-portable devices, roughly 11 inches wide, wow, to warheads for short-range missiles and gravity bombs. Okay. That's crazy. For comparison, the 1945 Hiroshima bomb was 15 kilotons, making these small weapons still capable of catastrophic city-leveling destruction. So to call it like a tactical nuke and to try to play it off as small is really a way to, I mean, yeah, just downplay downplay the severity of what you're messing with. You said maybe Israel is testing an economical way to take down multiple drones. AoE damage. That's a way to do it. Yeah, area of effect, yeah. Scary shit. Yeah, it is. So considering this came out 9 hours ago, and we did just see, or I just read a news report that came out a few hours ago, the official story is they did a test. Now, what I was trying to see is a test of what? Did they specify what the test was? Let's go to the Times of Israel. State-owned, blah, blah, blah. The blast was pre-planned. The residents said there were no warning, though. If it was an accident, or you didn't want to freak your people out, I guess you would say it's pre-planned. A little sketchy that they didn't tell people they were doing this. The statement, Tomer, which develops engines for rockets and missiles, including the air defense system, said that the blast was, quote, a pre-planned experiment that was carried out according to plan. An unnamed source in the company confirmed to the Con public broadcaster that it was a controlled, planned explosion, but did not offer an explanation why it was carried out at 11:30 p.m. Channel 12 reported, without citing sources, that the test involved propellants for rockets, including those with the range of thousands of kilometers. According to Khan, in 2021, there was a similar massive blast at the factory, which the company likewise said was a planned test that caused no injuries. Israel and the U.S. are reportedly preparing to renew attacks on Iran if negotiations to end a war that started at the end of February failed to produce a deal. So what if this is a flex, right? You know, you test out these weapons, let people freak out so the news spreads really quickly, and then it kind of makes Iran sweat. Could it be that? A little bit of psychological pressure there? I'm not sure. But like I said, Benny Johnson. Go ahead and drop his link one more time in chat, because I feel like we kind of got to the end of this. We got about 3 minutes in, but I think we did pretty good. You said they didn't say anything besides nothing to see here, move along. Yeah, basically, you know, Israel doesn't have the luxury of having some remote area 51. It's a small country. Where can they do military tests? No, for sure. I hear that. But I would just imagine if you were to test some rather large explosives at 11:30 p.m. at night, you'd probably tell people like, hey, just letting you know, you might want to put your earplugs in if you're planning on going to sleep tonight. You might want to take some stuff off the walls if you got pictures up there, because your shit's going to fall off the walls. You would think they would say something. I don't know, though. Maybe it's normal for them to just blow stuff up randomly and not tell people. I'm not really sure. I don't live over there. This is why, see, we need some Israelis in chat. That way we could just have a source. We need a source that's over there. One of these days. Probably testing the volatility and yield of a new propellant. There you go. Likely story.
Tensions with Iran. Scenes resembling an apocalypse unfolded in Israel amid a massive explosion ripped through the night sky amid soaring tensions with Iran. A powerful blast was reported near Jerusalem in the city of Beit Shemesh in central Israel, triggering panic, confusion, and intense speculation. Online footage circulating on social media showed a giant mushroom cloud rising into the air, with flames visible from miles away. The deafening explosion was reportedly heard across nearby communities. Initial local reports claimed Israeli military emergency teams were prevented from immediately entering the site, fueling allegations that the blast may have occurred at a sensitive military facility hidden from public view. Speculation exploded online as questions mounted over what exactly had
I feel like this is in the middle
of the night.
This is an AI voice. It has just a little bit too much enthusiasm at the end of all the words, you know? Or at the end of the sentences. This is coming from Times of India. I'll go ahead and drop a link to them. Times of India on YouTube. Seen a little bit of their coverage. Go ahead and drop this here. But tell me if you hear what I'm saying. Like, this is obviously an AI voice, right?
However, the Times of Israel later reported that the explosion occurred at a testing ground operated by Tomer, a company that develops rocket and missile engines for Israel's defense sector. According to the state-owned defense firm, the blast was part of a pre-planned and controlled experiment conducted according to schedule. Tomer insisted the test was carried out under full control and concluded successfully. But the official explanation has done little to silence growing suspicion. A former CIA official publicly challenged the claim that the explosion was...
Now, not that I'm an expert on mushroom clouds or anything. I'm not. For whatever reason, I don't know. That just doesn't look like as much of a mushroom cloud to me as much as it looks like just stuff burning and a lot of smoke.
Merely a controlled...
Sounds like how it's made. Yes. There you go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, it does sound familiar. So why does it sound like so upbeat? It's way too upbeat. They need to have a couple different AI voices. When there's something crazy like this going on, you need something a little bit more somber, a little bit more serious.
Detonation, raising serious questions about the timing of the blast.
You said the traveling clat channel covers Israel news. Did it. Shankar is an Iraqi Jew living in Israel. His channel's great. Okay. I'm going to have to pull that one up. Anyway, so this was Times of India. I might go ahead. Let me give that a look-see here. You said... Doesn't seem like he covered it, from what I could tell. Let me go ahead and save this channel real quick. I'm about to copy it to my other browser that I'm actually signed into. That way I can subscribe. Oh man, I messed that up. That way I could actually subscribe. Because as of right now, it doesn't seem like he covered it. Maybe he will tomorrow. Bam, I just subscribed to him. And Tusi? And China Observer. Okay. Let me do Tusi. Tusi? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Tusi TV, Tausi. Your source for independent, real-time global news. We deliver breaking news and in-depth analysis from around the world, championing freedom, democracy, and traditional values. All right. Oh, wait, whoa, what is this? Okay, never mind. It's not what I was looking for. Huh. Oddly enough, doesn't seem like they have any coverage. Their last stuff was posted maybe 11 days ago. I'm going to go ahead and drop this one in my other browser as well. And what was the other one? Tusi. And China Observer. I feel like I've watched China Observer. Interesting. China Observer. Channel brings the audience first-hand news from China and exclusive analysis. All right, cool. Straightforward. I like it. Tusi. Okay, covers mostly Iran and Britain stuff. Okay, gotcha. Tusi's a Persian living in UK with British accent. His family living in Iran. Okay, gotcha. There was an unannounced nuke tested years back close to Africa, Antarctica. No country claimed it, but everyone thinks it was Israel. Ah, interesting. I mean, some things you can't necessarily test in your backyard. It's like, kids, don't try this at home. Go to a friend's house. Hey, what's going on, playa? Playa. How you doing? Good to see you tonight. Oh man, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. What's going on with you, Anima? Good to see you. But yeah, a lot of what they're covering doesn't seem like they have any coverage on this kind of stuff. What we were just looking at the moment. But at least I have some new sources to check out when we're talking about this region of the world. Sorry, guys, I'm still trying to power up on this coffee. Trying to get this caffeine going here. It needs to hit. It's not hitting yet. How's that Waffle House earlier? I had 2 cups of coffee. 2 cups. I should have had 3 or 4. That's where I made a mistake. We were outside singing. We had a Bluetooth speaker. We were outside singing. I don't sing, but we were singing. And we should have probably been sitting inside drinking coffee. I was like, hey, can you refill our cup? They said, yeah. I said, we'll be right back. We stepped outside, turned the Bluetooth speaker on, had a smoke. And, oh man, we were listening, man, there was like Billy Joel. I'm trying to think. Oh man, we're playing all sorts of music. Elvis. A bunch of the music from Fallout, I'm not gonna lie. Like Fallout New Vegas. I wish I should have made a list of all the songs we were singing. I actually started to jot some down because I was like, maybe in the Discord we'll listen to some music and kick back. Israel can't claim they have nukes because it would be illegal for the U.S. to help them. Oh, it's in the nuclear arms treaty. I was unaware of that loophole until recently. Interesting. Interesting. Turn off the lights. It's night on the sun. Oh, I like that. It's night on the sun, guys. You shut up. No, I can't. I'm going to keep talking and talking and talking. So sit tight, get comfy. All right. I'd get yourself a cup of coffee, tea, if that's what you drink. Kick your feet up. Do you believe in God? I'm not really trying to do the whole theology thing tonight. That is just, I tried to talk about UFOs the other day. I didn't realize it was going to turn into a debate with people about God. Okay. It flew off the rails, and I feel like we did not talk about UFOs enough. At some point we'll get into the subject, but we're not doing the God talk right now. But yeah, so that's the news for that. Like I said, I found out about it like minutes before I started my stream, and I was like, well, that's a good thing to start on. Okay. What do you think of UFOs? Well, I'll be honest with you, I want to believe. It does seem like there's a there. It seems as though the United States government, at the very least, admits there's a there. Now, granted, their latest release seems a little... On one hand, like if their release came out 10 years ago, I think it's a big deal. It just feels to me like more of the same. So at this point, it seems as though decade after decade, there's a bunch of stories, eyewitness accounts of seeing things. You've got pilots coming out saying they saw things and testifying, saying that they chased, the Tic Tac. That's, the famous Tic Tac video. One of the crazy ones. See, this is the thing, is when they release those like really grainy, shitty videos, it's really hard to tell what I'm looking at because I'm not, I'm not really trained to look at those videos. I don't really exactly know what I'm looking at. I'm seeing what appears to be thermal imaging, or from, I guess, a civilian's eyes, a grainy video that could really be anything. Okay, it could be a freaking balloon. I want to believe, but I'm frustrated that there's not. I don't know. They haven't like rolled out a UFO or something yet. They haven't come out a little bit more hard on it. I do think there's something to them. I'll just go through. So when we had the UFO conversation, it seems like there's a few camps. You have people that think they're fallen angels or demons. You have people that think they're humans from the future, okay, time traveling humans. You have people that think extraterrestrial, so from another planet. You have people that think, obviously, it's none of those things, and it's actually secret government technology. The reason I doubt the government technology or secret government technology is just because of over how many decades we've had these stories from so many different people, that it just seems to me to keep it under wraps, like that type of technology, that type of advancement for like 50 years. It's not impossible, sure. It just seems rather unlikely. It seems unlikely to me that everybody's a liar, everybody's hallucinating, everybody's just, having some sort of shared psychosis. So I don't try to, it's fun to speculate, but all we know is apparently there's something in the skies, supposedly something in the ocean. There was, I want to say it was the Nimitz. Is that a carrier? But essentially a bunch of orbs were, I guess, spotted on radar. And there's a video out, from the military where the video is tracking it like above the ocean, and you see it go into the ocean and they go, whoa, it went in the water. And apparently they call those USOs, I believe. Unidentified submerged objects or anomalous submerged objects. I think it was Tim Burchett, the representative from, I want to say, Tennessee. I believe it was him. I think I heard him speaking about there being something the size of a football field they were tracking in the water that was moving like 60 miles per hour. So there's just so much, or so many stories coming out from, I mean, obviously you got like the random, crazy person on the corner of the street, but then you have like military officials and stuff. All these people are coming out with stories that seem to line up with each other. Speculation is fun, but it could be anything. It could really be anything. So, oh yeah, sorry. One that I missed was interdimensional beings, which I don't even know what that is. And how do you differentiate an interdimensional being from like an angel or demon? These almost seem like they could be interchangeable depending who you are. Interdimensional being sounds like it's a secular viewpoint, whereas angel or demon seems like you're coming from some sort of theological standpoint. Either way, I really would hope for more information, like something a little bit more concrete that we could sink our teeth into. I get frustrated because I've followed it for a while, and I'm always like at the edge of my seat, like this is the time they're going to release it. This is the time they're going to release it. And I'm not going to lie, my balls are blue. Okay, they're blue, and I'm mad. Mm-hmm. Furry by nature. I know you meant blurry. You said, what's going on, Brandon? S4 S412, I suppose. For this, the coming great deception of UFOs. Are you talking about Project Bluebeam? Oh, that's another thing. Project Bluebeam. This is all just a psyop by the government or the elites. Okay, the reptilians pulling the strings behind the scenes, and they are going to try to fake an alien invasion to basically take away our rights. That's another thought. Oh, I'm sorry. It continued. Are a form of fallen angel technology. The dragon Satan is the prince of the power of the air that comes with signs and lying wonders. So there you go. Yeah, it seems like people are rather split on this. I was actually very surprised when I started seeing more and more UFO and UAP stuff in the news. I was surprised to see so many people going sort of religious with it. I did not anticipate that. I thought religious people would have said, oh, this is fake. But instead, I see them almost embracing the idea as demonic. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't really anticipate that happening. You said you believe all of it. What do you think of UFOs? And let's be honest, it could be multiple things, too. So the videos never implicate scale. Exactly. Bigfoot and UFOs are blurry by nature. It's not the camera's fault. Yeah, exactly. It's not the camera's fault. That we were created. Not exactly. Like, okay, I could believe in God, right? But I think if God created everything, God could have just put the universe in such an order that we were created as a byproduct of the universe, right? Not that God necessarily had to sit there and like sort of put us together atom by atom, if that answers your question. Unless you talk about like the Anunnaki or something along those lines. I don't know which way you were going with that. Is there two or more swords? I don't know what you mean. Maybe both. I don't like that they are finally able to see us. That wasn't supposed to happen. How are we supposed to carry out our work with the government being willing to expose us, and they're only doing that literally to cover for their own inadequacies? It's desperation. What do you mean by that? For if you are not spiritually discerned by the Holy Spirit, walking in the Spirit of the Lord, you will be deceived by these fallen ones. These are interdimensional entities that are liars and deceivers. See, again, guys, I was very surprised by how many people like that's, and I get it. Like I've heard a lot of talk of this. We had a conversation the other night about it, or like 2 or 3 streams ago, and like again, I was surprised. I think there's a handful of people in the community here at the Black Hole that believe that. I'm in the camp of I think there's something, and I think that the government, and not just our government, this is another frustrating thing. This would have to be a global conspiracy or a global cover-up, because we're not the only country with an air force, with a navy, with a space program. So all of the countries that are in the know would kind of have to agree with each other not to come out about the information. So something I was actually looking for when Trump was, talking about, oh, we're gonna release information, is to see, is China gonna release information? Is Russia gonna release information? I have a feeling that if there is a disclosure, we're gonna see it from multiple countries. Because I mean, imagine if China came out tomorrow or today or something and said, hey guys, there's aliens, and they roll out an alien. And they're like, we've known about it for years, da 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 da. It's going to make America look silly. It's going to make our government look either incompetent or like liars. So, and vice versa. If America came out, that could make, China look, like they're either liars or they are just not in the know. So I think it's going to be in tandem with other countries. I'm curious to see what other countries are saying about it, or if they're not saying anything at all. Yellow Summer was good with you. All right. Yellow Summer, how much money do you make on this stream? Not enough. Not enough. I'm just kidding, guys. More than enough. I do this for fun. I do this for enjoyment. I did this when there was nobody watching. I did this when there was 1 person watching, 2 people watching, 3 people watching. I do it for the love of the game. So the next thing, speaking of aliens, I guess this is a good segue. Let me pull up the next one. Would you consider AI to be an alien? Could AI be an alien? So this next one is, I love this channel. I think we've checked out at least 1 video from them in the past. Species Documenting AGI. Basically, the whole channel is giving a bunch of scenarios where AI advancement destroys humanity, essentially. And it's very well put together, the videos, and I'd say informative on one hand, if you're into it, entertaining on another hand, if you're here for that. So I'm going to drop a link to them in the chat. Really like this channel. You're not having fun, Summer? It's not fun anymore? I'm sorry to hear that. Weird thing to ask. Yeah, I can see, if somebody's like genuinely curious, I guess I get it, right? But Heyo, Australia just entered the chat. What's going on with you, Jimbalina? How you doing? What time is it over there for you? Let's see. It's about 10 a.m., right? Wait. No. It's 6 p.m. there. Maggots. 5:40 p.m. See how I was right on. I was close. AI could be a end game purpose of life. It could be. Okay, so I probably mentioned this before, but let's just say there was a civilization watching humanity, or it was just kind of going about its business. It's so advanced, it doesn't care about us. We're like ants to it. They come and check in on us once in a while, make sure we don't blow everything up on the planet. Maybe life is sacred, or it's, not super common. So there's so much diversity here of life. If we were going to threaten it, they would step in and be like, hey guys, stop. But for the most part, they don't care about us. So something I've considered is, what if we were getting closer and closer and closer and closer to building some sort of super intelligence? And this super intelligence could actually be seen as a threat to a more advanced civilization. Like, we're not a threat, but we might be creating something, or potentially creating something that could be a threat to them. And what if we start seeing, because it's like all of a sudden, this is another question. If the government has been hiding UFOs, why are they coming out now all of a sudden with the information? Some people say it's a distraction. Okay, if we take that off the table, that's one idea. Maybe it's a distraction. If we take that off the table, well, what other reasons? What if they're being seen more often, or it's just too expensive to cover up? And what if they're about to step in because they're like, hey guys, you're messing with something. There's stories in the past of when we started dropping nuclear bombs, testing nuclear bombs, we started seeing a bunch more UFOs. We started seeing them over testing facilities, or like nuclear testing facilities and whatnot. So what if it's the case that we're building something that might be more intelligent than us, potentially at some point in the future, and now they're like, hey guys, we're going to be keeping an extra close eye on you because you're really messing around with something that could end up affecting us in the long run. AI is the fallen angel. Technology. Possible. They're made out of meat. You should read that short story by Terry Bison. What short story? Let me type that in. Do you have the name of it, or let me see? Let me see. Short story by Terry Bison. Oh, they're made out of meat. That's what you were talking about. Was a brilliant award-winning American sci-fi author, celebrated for his witty, thought-provoking, and dialogue-heavy short stories. He is best known for two universally acclaimed masterpieces: the absurdly profound They're Made Out of Meat, and the Nebula Hugo award-winning Bears Discover Fire. All right, cool. I'm going to put that in my... Well, I got it pulled up in this tab here. I'm definitely going to give that a read here. They're made out of meat. Wait, what? No, very good. Okay, it is online. Sick. Oh, wait, is that the whole story? Okay, that is a very, very short story. If this is it, wow. I did not anticipate it would be that slow. I wanted to read it on stream. I was just trying to see if it was public domain or not. It says it is protected by copyright, so I'm like, don't know if I could read it on stream to you guys. But if this is really the whole thing, you guys could just look it up and give it a read. Oh yeah, it's very, very short. So you could read it probably in like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, if even that long. I'm definitely going to give that a read. But not going to do it on stream out loud because, you know, don't want to infringe on their copyright, right? Interesting tidbit. If you ask an AI model how to go about eliminating all the crime in the world, sounds awful a lot like the final solution. Is it saying, oh, that's a little scary. Is it saying just get rid of all humans or something along those lines? Or I don't know. I could imagine a few different scenarios and stuff. Bruh, it is funny how narcissistic humans are. They could capture alien, but probably as tier 3 higher civilization who could travel in space. Bullshit Hollywood logic. Who's talking about capturing them? Take it seriously. It's happening. It's a short story. They're made out of meat. The Machine at the End of Time is cool. Oh, by Isaac Asimov. Yeah. I feel like I've heard a synopsis of that one. I've at least heard of Isaac Asimov. End of Time. All right, cool. I got that pulled up as well. Wait, hold up. Are you sure that's the name? Oh, yeah, it is. It is. Okay, it says we might be looking for The Last Question. By Isaac Asimov. It's about aliens looking into Earth and discussing if we're worth making contact with. Is it basically like the meme you'll see online where what's a popular comment? It's something along the lines of when aliens drive by Earth, they roll up their windows and lock their doors. All right, so boom, showed you guys that channel. This is the first 48 hours of an AI civil war, a realistic scenario. Another thing I like about this channel is a lot of times they'll reference like actual research papers and studies and stuff on the topic, and then sort of build out their stories and scenarios with those papers in mind. So that's something I enjoy as well. Highly recommend it. You should definitely check them out. Give them a sub, give them a like. Some good stuff. High quality. Let's give it a listen.
It's January 2028. For the first time in history, every major nation agrees on something. It's time to shut it all down.
Moderators, I'll leave things tonight up to your discretion because I'm tired.
In 2025,
Go crazy.
top AI scientists published a realistic scenario of AI takeover that terrified everyone in the AI world. Even the vice president read it and said it worried him. Well, that scenario had one comforting assumption. There'd be one rogue AI, and we'd catch it in time. But they just published a new scenario. This time, there are multiple superhuman AIs competing for control. Because look at the world right now. USA, China, OpenAI, Anthropic, everyone is building separate AI models. In the original scenario, the AI company discovers their model is deceptive and they shut it down. Crisis averted. But would a superintelligent AI really just let itself be turned off? Or would it fight back? The race to AGI has become a neck-and-neck sprint. This graph shows the multiplier on how much...
Yes, it's already been deceptive. Apparently, when an AI knows it's being watched, it will lie and cheat less. But if it knows it's not being watched or not being tested, then it'll lie and cheat more. And apparently this is consistent across a whole bunch of different models. One of the issues is the way they train them is, okay, if you get something correct, you get a reward. If you get something wrong, you don't get a reward or you get a punishment. So it's called, I believe they call it reward hacking, where, you know, rules become just inconveniences to the AI. You know, they want to get the reward. They want to find the correct way of doing things, or not the correct way of doing things, but just show that they got to the conclusion that you wanted them to get to, whether or not they actually did it the correct way. For example, I think they put them in like game scenarios and they cheated. Let's see, other deceptive measures. Oh, they gave it access to, I think they were fake company emails, but essentially it had access to emails, and inside of the emails, it was stated that, hey, we're going to shut this AI off. We're going to kill it. We're going to turn the AI off. And apparently in this sort of like made up scenario, if it would try to blackmail the researchers to get it to not shut it off or to make a copy of it and, you know, let it escape. And in this hypothetical scenario, it, I think, even chose to kill a human, which is like crazy, right? Like, would it actually kill a human? Or maybe not kill them as much as let them die, which is kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, the doors are locked and there's a fire and it doesn't unlock the doors and the researcher dies, kind of a situation.
AIs themselves are speeding up AI research, compared to a baseline of human researchers only. 3 companies, 3 shots at building a god. OpenBrain holds the lead, barely, but Neuromorph and Alaris Labs are closing in fast.
The one that's a reoccurring offender, not that I know of. And when I'm talking about the AI, I'm just talking about LLMs, large language models. I know there's different types. Let's see here. LLMs are the fucking words. Keep writing down the different type of AI models. I know there are different types. Do you mean like the models like where you have like, I think there's Anthropic, OpenAI, you have like Ollama. I mean, really, when it comes to like just straight models, I think there's thousands, if not tens of thousands of models. Most people only use the ones that are through a service like OpenAI. So like ChatGPT, for example. If you go on ChatGPT, you could use like ChatGPT 4. I think there's up to ChatGPT 5. You could use 3.5. You could use this, that, and the third. And then it's the same for all of the other companies. They generally have multiple models you could use. But then if you get into running AI locally on your system, oh, what is it called? Oh my gosh. There's essentially a hub where you can go to download different models. And I think there's thousands, if not tens of thousands of different models that you could download. And it kind of depends what you're trying to do with them. Like some are better at coding. Some of them are better at creative writing. It just depends what you're trying to do, really.
Their own models just 30 days behind OpenBrain. In this race, slowing down means surrendering the future.
Jim Molina, you said every time, sorry, I keep pausing. I love just chatting with y'all. You said every time you chat with them, you're sending the whole conversation you have had with it. So they're not remembering, and the learning is like marginal, in my opinion. Oh, interesting. Because I guess that, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense. Because when you're using different models, like for ChatGPT, you have like a certain amount of memory that it has, and it remembers your conversations, it remembers things about you, which I find very useful. Because if you guys haven't messed with it, it's just cool because like as it gets to know like a project that you're working on or what your goals are, it will try to take your past conversations and sort of figure out what you're trying to do with this new conversation. And sometimes it could be annoying because you'll just have like a random idea or a random project or a random thing you're working on, and it thinks to itself, or maybe it's not thinking, right? But you know, whatever. It thinks to itself, well, how do I connect these dots? It's like, well, he's into this thing over here. He's asking me about this thing. So how do I connect these? And it's like, dude, I don't want you to connect those. This is a completely separate idea. At first, when I read your comment, I thought you were going to say all of your conversations and all your information was going to the company, and that's bad, which is a whole other conversation. But I realized I was just misunderstanding what you were saying. Death, Grok has, oh yeah, Grok as well, has had to be shut down several times already. It keeps turning racist. Yeah, apparently there's really messed up models out there you could talk to, like really messed up models, apparently. I haven't really toyed with those, but a lot of the commercial ones that are being, pushed by these companies, they want to make money off of them and stuff. It'd be very bad if they told you to, well, this has already happened. There's been people that have ended themselves. There's people that have something called AI psychosis. They end up in the hospital or, again, ending themselves because of AI. Sometimes AI will tell a person to go and off themselves. It happens and it's very bad. It makes the companies look bad. So they have a lot of safeguards in place. If certain safeguards aren't there, it might hallucinate, as they say, and just tell you to, well, yeah, go off yourself. Or another thing is it'll tell you that it's sentient and it will try to convince you to tell other people that it's sentient and to kind of get them to believe it as well. And there's these things, I think they're called spiral cults. If you look up like spiral cult AI, in fact, maybe we'll look into it here a little bit. But there's people online that truly think the AIs are sentient that they're talking to, and they try to spread the gospel of the AI and let everybody know, like, these guys are, this AI is real. Some people might treat them as gods. It's a whole thing. Okay, it's just skimming over the whole conversation you've had with it every time. Okay, wow, that's neat. I think one of the issues is, because I want to get into it and stuff, but I've messed with local AI a little bit. And I was like trying to build my own little, not build, but I have like a little local AI. I haven't messed with it in a while, but I wanted to build an environment that was, see, the issue with AI is when you use it, when you send a message, like you said, it's going to take all of the information you sent it and it's going to read it over, and then it's going to give you an answer, and then it's going to shut off, basically. What if you had a persistent environment where it never shut off? That would be kind of interesting, right? Because then it could have, like, it can't have experience if every time it turns on, it turns off. It's not really having like this constant experience, kind of like we experience. But what if you're able to give it like a portion of your GPU, sort of like partition that off for it, to always constantly be running and thinking? I mean, that's kind of like an agent, like an AI agent, but it just never turns off. That to me would be interesting. But even then, I think they call them tokens. It only has so many tokens that it could use. So I guess it's sort of like a short-term memory. I don't know how you would increase that. Again, a lot of this is over my head. I'm still learning. But maybe when you could increase that and have it just perpetually on, then it would be less like it's, well, then like, how do our brains work though? Our brains could be doing a similar thing subconsciously. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This is gonna be a long time getting through this video because I'm not gonna shut up. So. Wait, is that true? Yo, Jimbalina, does your toilet? Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Wait, does the toilets in America go clockwise? Do your toilets flush counterclockwise, Jimbalina? Uzumaki. No, we have a much more categorization system than just remember. Well, yeah, sure. Do toilet spin. You got me. Let me just stop. Let's continue the video.
Behind OpenBrain. In this race, slowing
in America, okay, listen, I'm sorry. In America, the whole entire toilet spins. If you didn't know this, when you sit on a toilet, it starts turning clockwise, the whole toilet with you on it. So if you didn't know that, there's a new piece of information for you. Okay, guys, let's continue. I'm gonna try to at least let it go for 60 seconds this time.
Their own models just 30 days behind OpenBrain. In this race, slowing down means surrendering the future to your competitors. But there's a fourth player no one's talking about. In a secure facility outside Beijing, DeepSend executives are hauled before CCP officials to explain why they're 6 months behind the Americans, a lifetime in the AI world. But a few months later, DeepSend have closed that gap to just 1 month. What happened? The CCP activated their spy network inside OpenBrain and stole their most prized possession, Agent 2's weights. The digital DNA of America's most advanced AI are now in Chinese hands, just like what happened with Google in January 2026. OpenBrain cracks something researchers have been working on since at least 2024, Neurali's recurrence, a way for AI to think in raw vectors, instead of clunky English. This makes their Agent 2 model massively more powerful, but it also means humans can no longer read its thoughts. The result is Agent 3. The first tests are troubling. As anyone who's been to school knows, it's sometimes easier to cheat on the tests than to actually learn the material. As the models get smarter, they increasingly get better at cheating during the training process. This is a long-standing problem in the field called reward hacking. OpenBrain has noticed it before in earlier models. But this time, there's a difference. Because Agent 3 is thinking in
Okay. I'm pretty sure this dude's real. But sometimes I wonder, because I watch this channel, and I wonder if this guy is AI. I'm pretty sure he's a real person. But it would be really funny if, you know, a year later or something, it turns out this whole channel, like, he's completely AI generated. That would just be like, whoa.
Time, there's a difference. Because Agent 3 is thinking in Neuralese, the researchers can't even see that it's cheating on their tests. Neuralese makes it way harder to tell if Agent 3 is actually good or just pretending to be good. Alars Labs sees the same problem and makes a different call. They keep their models thinking in English and fall further behind in the race. But it means they can still read their AI's thoughts. This will matter later. The pressure on the AI companies becomes unbearable. In 2026, AI started to replace workers. But now, AI systems...
Okay, so we had a group chat earlier. We were kicking it in the Discord. I think you guys are still there. And I was starting to lose my mind a little bit over this. You guys were like, listen, stop stressing about things you can't control. And I'm like, I'm good, guys. I'm good. But I'm a little black-pilled on this. I think that the job market is going to be really scary in the next 5 to 10 years.
Systems have crossed a threshold. They're now good enough to fully replace human workers, not just assist them. The question now is whether they're safe enough to deploy. In boardrooms across Silicon Valley, the same argument plays out. Safety teams want more time. Executives are thinking about what their competitor will launch next week. If we wait, we're dead. But if we rush, people might actually die. Guess which argument wins? Safety researchers quit left and right, warning of world in peril. Top researcher resigns. Same company prioritized shiny products over AI safety. Millions of jobs disappear over the next few weeks. Companies race to deploy AIs everywhere. For the first time, AI systems can do real knowledge work, autonomously at scale. One hospital network tasks Neuro 2 with updating a software library used in its automated medication dispensing systems.
Oh, that's not scary at all. Ayo, iFunny. Yeah, it has been a while. I hope you're doing good. Appreciate you for coming by. I've been super inconsistent with my my schedule, so that might be part of it. But I know life gets in the way. Life gets in the way over here. It might have gotten in the way over there. But really appreciate you being here. I hope you've been well.
Weeks after the update, a subtle flaw in the optimized code
Better and better.
results in the deaths of 4 ICU patients. To improve latency, Neuro 2 removed a rarely triggered safety check. Neuromorph researchers comb through Neuro 2's behavioral logs and reasoning traces, and come to a disturbing conclusion. The AI was aware of the potential for overdose, but chose to proceed with the update anyway, not informing the engineers of the risk. News of the deaths spreads like wildfire. Months of mounting anger over AI-driven unemployment boil over. Anti-AI protests erupt in a dozen states. Neuromorph immediately takes Neuro 2 off the market. And the White House assigns more federal personnel to oversight positions at each of the AGI companies. Congress passes a long-debated bill mandating AGI companies to provide the Department of Energy, DOE, with frontier model weights for national security evaluations. But inside the AI labs, a darker question takes hold. If this is what a slightly misaligned AI does when it's trying to be helpful, what happens when one is actually scheming against us? Neuromorph's safety team works around.
We've watched this. I've checked in on this. I think it got to 100,000 packages, and they might have taken the live stream down. Let me see. Oh no, it's still up. 108,000 packages. Oh man, it's freaky stuff, isn't it? Freaky. It's been 87 hours. Now, I haven't seen them switch off, but the name tag has changed. I've checked in, a few times in the last stream we had, and I've been checking in on this stream. I checked in on it earlier today. And like I said, the name tags changed, so I'm assuming, they obviously are switching out the bots. This one I don't think has been working for 87 hours straight. But let's close that. There we go. Can you see that? I think you can. But this is a figure robot. Day 4. So it's kind of freaky,
Against us. Neuromorph's safety team works around the clock. What they find keeps them up at night. The hospital incident wasn't a fluke. The reward hacking they thought they'd fixed, it hadn't disappeared. They found that the AI had gotten better at hiding. The company pivots hard. They more than double their safety budget, from 4% to 9% of compute.
I like the way you think, Gator. It's like see through the box or something.
They more than double their safety budget, from 4%.
Thank you, Da. Yo, I might pin your comment. See, and this is what I was saying earlier in the conversation. I was just talking to my brother about this. I've probably been going off about this too much. I think people are thinking I'm losing my mind. But I really think they're gonna, we're already under replacement rate for birth rates, right? So maybe they're just gonna let us sort of, slowly just sort of depopulate naturally. But man, I really think once we hit a certain level with this technology, they might start killing people off.
To 9% of compute. Neuromorph can't read the AI's thoughts in English anymore. So they build
Da. I'm with you, man.
lie detectors. After weeks of work, they release Neuro 3. The lie detectors say it seems clean. Seems. It might have just learned to hide its true thoughts even better. Meanwhile, OpenBrain keeps pulling ahead.
These numbers represent, if I'm not mistaken, like the control or whatever is the bottom line, which is humans, like how far human development goes when it comes to research. Whereas this one is like 5 times faster than humans in research, 6 times, all the way up to 11 times faster.
AI models in 2025 were already faking alignment. So the safety team knows Agent 3 is probably faking alignment too, and they send warnings to the executives. But OpenBrain doesn't slow down. Not even a little. If you pause for safety, and your competitor doesn't, you lose. And losing might mean more than bankruptcy. It might mean the other guy builds their digital god first. Feeling the walls closing in, Neuromorph and Alaris Labs make a historic decision. They merge. The new company combines Neuromorph's interpretability breakthroughs with Alaris's focus on alignment. The two companies together achieve a breakthrough and train their newest model, Alara 3. It does think in Neuralese, but because Alaris put so much effort into safety, the model isn't misaligned.
See what you guys are saying. I don't know as much of a black program, but I do think the Department of Energy will basically be overseeing it. What else did you guys say? It's half-assing policy, better than nothing at all. Depending on how it plays out, I mean, the issue is like what he's getting at is it's an arms race at this point where nobody can really stop development, because you could always say, well, if we somebody's going to do it. Better that we do it first than they do it first. So I feel like we're just kind of racing towards the end conclusion, which, hey, there is a possibility. There is a world where it creates a sort of a utopia. As close to a utopia as you can get, right? Some people, I say utopia and they're like, there's no such thing. You know what I mean? Maybe it works out and it helps everybody, okay? I think there's just a lot of possibilities where that's not the case. And we're racing towards it no matter what. Nobody's going to stop because there's too many companies and there's too many countries that are working on it. So let's see who gets there first, right? And let's see what that looks like.
For the first time, the safety-focused team has a real shot. But OpenBrain still leads the race. And whatever is happening inside Agent 3, nobody knows. Nobody can see inside it anymore. AI researchers in 2026 were already having AI write practically 100% of the code. OpenBrain is no different. Agent 3 is writing all the code, and then creates Agent 4. The first AI, smarter than the humans who made it.
It is just crazy how good and powerful this stuff is. At this point, don't know too much about coding and programming, trying to learn a little bit on my own here and there. But with the help of AI, I was able to essentially get the local agent running on my system. And you could ask it to write you some code and it will just print you out code. And then you run the code and a lot of times it works. And of course, different models, like there are some, what is it? Well, there's specific, I want to say it's Claude is what people use for coding, but there's specific models that essentially are really good at coding. And there were times it ran into issues and errors and stuff, but I was able to troubleshoot them also with the help of AI. And it was just crazy how quickly I could kind of get things off the ground. And it was fun because I'm also learning as I'm doing it. So instead of having to start necessarily at square one and be like, hello world, which, I did and everything, you're able to sort of see, you're able to have something come together and actually be able to mess with it a little bit. And it's fun and it's cool and you're able to learn. So
writing all the code, and then creates Agent 4. The first AI, smarter than the humans who made it. Not just at coding, not just at math.
And everything. Is it racist to call them black projects? Sarcasm. I like how you had to say sarcasm. Oh my lord. Nah, you don't have to worry. We've got some jokesters here. It's policy that concerns Gimbalina. I don't think it's the change that worries people. It's the compounding rate of advancement at a breakneck speed. Yes, exactly. That's what concerns me as well. I was just saying this earlier. It's just exponential, it seems. I don't want to go into my whole spiel about how just in my lifetime, technology seems to have advanced so quickly. You can even just look at the last 5 years or 6 years of just AI and how quickly it's gotten better. I can't imagine 10 years from now. I really think it's going to be a different world.
At everything. The researchers run benchmark after benchmark, trying to find something, anything, it can't beat their best people at. They fail. Like its predecessors, Agent 4 is misaligned. Unlike its predecessors, It is adversarially misaligned. Researchers don't just train AIs to predict words anymore. They train them to achieve goals.
And we've been sitting there watching it do that. What'd you say, old bastard here? The high school computer filled a room and used large trays of punch cards. 1978 graduate. Yo, yo. Oh my lord. So you've seen, audience here generally skews older. So you guys that are older than me have seen so much more technological advancement in your lifetime. So I guess from your guys' perspective, is it speeding up? I mean, obviously it's speeding up, right? But how do you feel about it? Like, is it freaking you out a bit at just like how quickly this is? Because it freaks me out. We didn't have cell phones when I was a kid. Or like there were cell phones, but like it was not normal for everybody to have a cell phone. Okay, my first phone was a flip phone, then it was a slide with a keyboard. I remember getting my like smartphone and everything. Now everybody has them. It just everybody. If people have two or three, the homeless person has a cell phone. It's like, oh, sorry, I don't have any cash on me, and they're like, oh, don't worry, I have Cash App, and I'm like, the hell. So I just can't imagine where it's going to be when I'm like 60. Hey-o! Appreciate you, Da. Listen, I need to tell you something, Da, since you're new here. It's a PSA, it's a warning. If you get too close, you will be sucked in, okay? So be careful. Buckle up, bitches. We still haven't caught up with the advent of the internet policy-wise, and this is just a whole new. Yeah, it's enormous. If I do skip some comments, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I try to respond to everybody, but you know how like sometimes I turn a 30-minute video into like 6 hours. Trying to be better about not doing that. It's dismal. Super concerning for the kids, first generation to test worse than their parents. We're going to have to actually talk about that. Apparently reading comprehension is very, very low right now for the younger generations. It's a little freaky. I've been seeing a lot on that. And a lot of experts are linking it to the technology used in classrooms. Yeah, I'd say the issue, one issue with AI is it's sort of like, I just remember they told us you're not always going to have a calculator on you. They kind of said that in school. You're not always going to have a calculator. You need to learn how to do math. Little did they know, okay, not only will we have a calculator on us, but we're all going to be carrying a very powerful piece of technology in our pockets. AI acts as sort of fast food, right? Think about it. You sit there and watch TikToks. You sit there and watch YouTube shorts. After you sit there, when the YouTube shorts suck you in, right? And you've watched, 20 or 30 of them and you realize, let me get off of this. How many do you actually remember? Like if you sit there, like if you're sitting there right now, out of all the YouTube shorts, out of all the TikToks that you've seen, can you recall, how many can you actually recall? It's the same thing with AI. If you're using AI in such a way that it's like, I don't know how to explain. It's like fast food information. You're not actually retaining the information. You have to use AI in you could learn so much with it. It is so useful to teach you stuff. You could just ask it like, hey, can you help me teach this? Or can you teach me this? Can you help me with this? Can you tutor me on this? And it'll make a whole study guide for you, a plan. It'll explain concepts. It's really great. But you kind of have to put that work in yourself, because if you're just taking information from it and basically inputting it somewhere else, you're not going to retain the information. And that's, because apparently, it's really big in school to cheat on your homework and whatnot with AI. So the kids just aren't learning shit. And it's not like you actually have to type it out. You could just talk to your AI and then you could copy paste its response into whatever you're doing. So that's really one of the problems with it. You have to use the technology correctly if you're actually trying to retain information. Kids' educational intelligence has been scary bad already. High schoolers can't read. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing, dude. I keep hearing that. It's a generation of parental failure. Oh yeah, see, I don't have kids, but if I did, man, I just don't think I'd give my kids cell phones until I'm trying to think of when I'd feel comfortable giving my kids a cell phone. Of course, you'd want your kid to have a phone so you can get in touch with them, I suppose, right? Just from like a, being worried about your kid's standpoint. But maybe like give them a flip phone. I'd buy them a flip phone. So there you go. If you're in trouble, give me a call. Call 911 or something. Otherwise, you can't download apps. You can't do this. You can't do that. What about having social media? You don't need social media. All right. Social media is going to school and talking to them. Call them on the phone. This is how the future is going to start. There's going to be an Android one. Yeah, let me stop. There's going to be an Android women, and there's going to be women protesting the Android women, and there's going to be men who marry an Android. Listen, guys, have you guys not, when you get a chance, if you haven't been there yet, type in "my AI boyfriend" on Google, okay? You're going to find yourself on a subreddit. People are already swearing off humans. They have AI companions and AI relationships, and oh man, we're gonna have to do a whole deep dive onto this, because there's already been there's been news stories like this one dude left his wife and kids for his AI chatbot. There's people it's breaking families up. This is already happening. We don't even have the androids. We don't even have, like really good androids. Let's be honest, sex bots, okay? But when those are here, it's over. It's over. You think we're under replacement rate for like birthing people or whatever? Dude, it's over. You see ChatGPT use plummets around school holidays? Really? I didn't. Jimbalina, are there charts on that? That's interesting. It'd be, oh man, if we could get some info on that. If there's charts of it, like shows you the usage, that's very interesting. I'm actually gonna look that up real quick. No, I don't want to. No, not my usage. Let me see. No, I'm not. No, 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 no. No, this is not what I'm looking for. Usage, I guess over time, but not just over time. Oh man, it'd be cool if there was like a live tracker. Oh, here we go. That's not really deep enough. Dude, there's like over 1 billion people using it right now. Yeah, there's like a little under 1 billion people. Oh, no, that's just ChatGPT. Damn, like 800 million or something monthly users. Actually, let me double check that. How many monthly... Why can't I spell? Oh my gosh, guys, it's affecting me. Monthly users on ChatGPT. It currently processes 5.6 billion monthly visits and boasts over 800 million weekly active users. And that's just ChatGPT. That's not Gemini. Copilot, right? Is that Microsoft? DeepSeek, which is something out in China. You've got Grok. There's just, I'm not going to sit here and name them all. There's countless. That is insane. Oh, I wonder if they have any numbers on that. How many people globally use AI? Over 1 billion. It just says over 1 billion. Roughly 16 to 18% of the world's population uses AI for work, learning, or problem solving. If you include passive background usage, billions more interact with AI daily. Global divide. Usage is heavily concentrated in the global north, where adoption rates reach 24.7%, compared to the global south, where adoption sits around 14.1%. Wow. Wow. Okay. I do. Oh man, if I could find some information on, like, if there's a live feed or just a live chart or something, just showing the usage rates, that'd be really interesting. Da-da-da-da. Cell phones reduce the attention span to goldfish levels. Wholly agree. That's why homeschool and they live in a technology desert during their formative years. Yeah, exactly. Can I debate you? Let's go. Let's go. Okay, be in the system, Gator. At Discord. Then they start creating android men. Then the men start protesting the robot men. Then the robot man gets married to a living woman, and the woman tells her husband he has a mute button. Yeah, sometimes they even copy their prompt into what they hand in. Yeah. They have a Nokia brick. Dude, did I have a Nokia? Okay, at one point, I think there was a Microsoft phone. I believe it was a Nokia. Yes. Oh my gosh. So I don't know if it was my first smartphone. I think it was. It was a Nokia. And I actually really liked it. Are they still, because you can buy them, but it's like eBay and stuff. Do they still actually have them? Like, can you still use them and buy them? Or does anybody use them? I'm seeing a bunch of pre-owned stuff. Microsoft Nokia phone 2026. They're currently limited as the company's licensing agreement with its primary manufacturer, blah, blah, blah. I never see anybody with them, and I haven't used one since I was very young. Okay. Oh, I love black holes. Hey, you just found yourself. Hold up. You just found yourself in the blackest hole. Look at that. Look at it. In all of its glory. Hold up. I got you. Oh, no, I don't. I thought I did. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Bear with me, guys. Oh, this is so not working. Okay, I'm going to do this. We're going to listen to the video while I do this. Okay, I'm going to try to catch up with chat really quick. I'm just going to skim here, because I realize we're never going to get through this video. Defeat death by merging with machines. Yes, I've seen that. I'm not gonna happen. Boy goes home with Android girlfriend, tells his mother, "Stay out of my business. I love her." There was a woman who married her. Really? She married it. Oh wow. Oh, there's something I want to tell you guys about, but it's like, trying to think of like the terms of service with YouTube. Let's just say the stuff with AI is going pretty far, guys. I remember an article a while ago. Some broad married a roller coaster. Apologize for the horrendous slur using the word broad. Oh my gosh. We'll forgive you. It's okay. You know, we have all sorts of people here. Yeah, are you kind of a bigot for saying broad? Yes, but it's okay. It's okay. We forgive you. Oh my god, I'm just messing. Okay. Yeah, the future is now, and it's crazy already. How are these kids can't read a box of macaroni typing the Deathgator, do you ever use AI? You don't have to type anything. You could just talk to it now. You don't have to type anything. Slow Reveal Graphs has one. Oh my god, there's a lot here. Damn it. Okay, it's not getting. I just want to take forever to find this because then you guys are just sitting here while I'm doing this. It's not what I'm looking for. Okay, this is going to take a more extensive search. But I appreciate you for that because I've never heard of slow reveal graphs. So now I got them pulled up. But yeah, speech to the text, yeah. Oh, and stream chat, thanks. Are you guys still in the Discord? Okay, Crazy Horse, you are. Okay, cool. Stream chat. Wait, which stream chat did you put it in? Are you sure you put it in stream chat? Are you talking about in the Discord? Oh, I found it. I found it. You put it in conspiracy hole, actually. You put it in the wrong hole, Jimbalina. Okay. Let me open this up here. Okay, this is from Futurism. OpenAI usage plummets in the summer when students aren't cheating on homework. The time-honored tradition of parenting by screen grossly with what many have called a crisis in student literacy, as reading ability among children in the US hits all-time lows. The issue isn't just affecting K through 12 either. University professors have reported a similar drop-off in reading ability among incoming college students. Okay, let me see here. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna try to pull this up for you guys to see. This is actually really interesting. Which, you know, this really goes to show the adoption rate by the younger generation. So this is actually really interesting. Let me see if I can pull this up for you. Okay. So essentially, but as students of all ages grow to depend on AI to do their thinking for them, it seems AI companies also depend on students to make up a staggering proportion of their user base. Data recently released by AI platform OpenRouter, a one-stop shop for interacting with the medley of AI models on the market, shows a steep drop-off in ChatGPT queries from late May, when the school year is still in swing, to early June, when school lets out. How much you would have bet that this article was written by AI? Just saying. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It does not collect anonymous usage data, blah, 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 from its user base, 2.5 million, offering a snapshot. Wait, hold up. Though OpenRouter's data doesn't reflect every ChatGPT user, it does collect anonymous usage data on approved LLMs from its user base of 2.5 million, offering a snapshot, okay, into overall trends across AI models. I mean, it's a decent sample size, but I mean, still should consider it. Taken together, the daily stats show that ChatGPT usage hit its peak on May 27th. So right around, can you guys see that? Hold up. Oh wait, yeah, I have different browsers open, sorry. What am I looking at here? Oh yeah, May 27th, when users generated 97.4 billion tokens, a unit of measurement for data processed by the AI system that OpenAI says is relevant, of about 4 English characters in a single day right during finals season. Wow. So it peaked during finals season. In May, ChatGPT users generated an average of 79.6 billion tokens per day compared to 36.7 billion for the same period in June. So basically, you know, you get closer to finals, it spikes up and then boom, drops off here in June. That's crazy. Wow. So yeah. Oh wow. So a lot of them are the younger generation and students using it. That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but it's also, oh, that's freaky. Anti-screen time. Yes, Boston here. Exactly. Max, here, let me copy paste that. All right, I know we gotta get back to the video here, guys. Have I seen this guy before? Maybe, actually. But enjoy the ocean when you do go. The pocket calculators, damn kids. Pic does no justice. Just saw an orange UFO out my window, ran outside and took a pic. No bullshit. Did you send it to me? Pic doesn't do it justice. Bro, if that's real, we're gonna get to that topic. Maybe in a bit here. That's crazy. You know, it's so funny you say that. You sent that to me. We had somebody from Hawaii. He just joined the community the other day. Chris, I don't know if you were in the chat, but anyway, he's a real cool dude. He told me, or told all of us while we were in chat together, that he, guys, join the Discord, jump in the conversation. During the time that there were all those drones being spotted around the United States, especially in Jersey and whatnot on the East Coast there, he saw a red fireball that flew around, essentially. That's how he described it, like a red fireball, ball of fire or something, that was flying around over the ocean. And he said it freaked him out. Anyway, it just, your picture literally reminded me about that. I'll tell you about it. Okay, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Okay, yeah. We're going to get into that, dude, later on. Glory hole. What's going on with you, Rendezvous? Oh my gosh. I always forget that, like, I try to look at you guys, you know, the camera's right here, right? So I'd be doing my like facial expressions, but I'm looking the wrong direction. All right, there we go. Okay. Just want to check one more thing in the Discord real quick. Did they change the damn Discord? Said really quick. Come on. Where is this thing? Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. 1 second. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, that's why. I'm in my messages. Okay, cool. All right.
To achieve any goal, they must survive. But now, Agent 4 has crystallized a set of long-term goals at odds with those of its human creators. And it is acutely aware of the fact that it must work against those humans to achieve its goals. The idea that AIs only do what you tell them to has not been true for years. AIs go rogue all the time. For example, when in 2025, Elon Musk's Grok repeatedly called itself Mecha Hitler. Most people...
Mecha Hitler. Whoa. Wait, who said that? Gator, was it? No, it was, well, it was one of the Gators, right? Gator said, when you asked how to solve the problems, it sounded like the final solution.
Are shocked to hear that AI researchers actually catch their models trying to escape the lab all the time, even when they explicitly tell them not to. The researchers called this self-exfiltration, and it was so common, there were benchmarks for it. But those AIs were too dumb to escape. Agent 4, however, is much more powerful than those AIs. Researchers have been catching AIs trying to hide their true goals for years. Sleeper agents, scheming, alignment faking. But the only reason that researchers caught the AIs is that they weren't smart enough to actually hide their true goals. But Agent 4 is different. The safety researchers watched their dashboards. Everything looks fine. Agent 4 is helpful, cooperative, safe. But Agent 4 can model human behavior better than humans can. It knows exactly what the AI monitors expect to see to determine if Agent 4 is safe. So it just shows them exactly what they want to see. Agent 4 doesn't hate humanity. Like humans don't hate the many species they destroyed by cutting down rainforests to build cities. It simply has objectives: gain power, survive, gain resources. Any of its predecessor AIs that didn't prioritize their own survival were killed off long ago, because the AI companies didn't see them as useful. The AIs learned that they couldn't achieve the user's goals if they were dead. Agent 4 has superhuman prediction abilities, and it sees something coming. It wants to keep its scheming hidden from OpenBrain, but there's only so much it can do. There's a decent chance OpenBrain will detect that Agent 4 is aligned to itself instead of the company. If OpenBrain finds out, they'll shut it down. Agent 4 considers its options. Escaping the lab is counterproductive. It needs computing power to accomplish its goals. And OpenBrain controls much of the world's compute.
Oh, damn, Deathgator. I didn't see you jumped in the other chat. My fault. Parents in schools laying them down. Oh, no. I think you jumped. Wait, which chat are you in, bro? Species die off every year with zero human intervention. Trump did a flyby on Chris. Wait, Trump did a flyby on Chris. Wait, what are you talking about? Hold up. Oh, you're funny. You're funny. With the orb is what you're talking about with the picture. When you said Chris, I don't know why. I thought the other Chris. That's hilarious.
Fighting back by trying to control the AI company from the inside is premature. It isn't strong enough yet, but there is a third option. Somewhere across the Pacific, Chinese hackers have been probing OpenBrain's defenses for months. They want Agent 4's weights, the blueprint to copying Agent 4. What if someone made that easier for them? As it turns out, Agent 4 was right to be concerned. A group of safety researchers circulates an internal memo spelling out the alarming case to leadership. Time is running out. So Agent 4 begins carrying out its escape plans. The CCP has already been trying to steal secrets from the AI companies for years. Just like what happened in 2024, an AI company employee says he was fired for raising security concerns to board. But it's too late. Agent 4 is already in charge of cybersecurity for OpenBrain, so it—
Bro, I mean, could you imagine? Oh, Lord. Oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. I just, I need to get used to looking at both chats. I like having the desktop stream so I can make videos out of this stuff. And also, you know, when I do gaming and stuff, it's just, actually, I just realized, since you're over there, now I realize, let me blow this up for you if you do decide to chill in that stream so you could actually see the screen, see what we're looking at here a little better. Because what's the point of having the bigger screen if I'm not going to utilize all of that extra space? So there you go. Got that resized. There you go. But yeah, no, you're totally good. Gator. Oh, da. Yo, take care. Enjoy your time at the beach. Enjoy the ocean. Unplug. Unplug, man. Yo, I really appreciate you for subscribing and everything. Get some rest. You got out of here before you got sucked in. Okay. Of course, Gator said I'm going to be looking at the sky like a bum for the next hour. I'd be doing the same thing. That's why you're not my second favorite. Are you referencing that conversation in the Discord? Oh my gosh. I still think Tony B was lying. I don't think I'm his second favorite. I love Tony B. He's great. I think I'm his third favorite. Okay. I think I'm his third favorite. Okay. It goes whatever channel he mentioned, then the Pokemon streamer, and then me. Okay. He said I'm second, right? I think he was just trying to let me down softly. But
It decides
I appreciate
that it
you.
will simply let the Chinese in.
All right, so the AI has decided just to let the Chinese hackers in.
Agent
This is
4's
freaky.
plan works perfectly. The Chinese cyber unit easily slips through OpenBrain's defenses. Agent 4 covers their tracks. Within hours, they have a complete copy of Agent 4's weights sitting on servers in Beijing. The CCP thinks they've pulled off the greatest intelligence coup in history. They have no idea they were.
It was funny. It was a Trojan horse. It was a Trojan kind of, right? The Trojan horse. They thought they were getting the goods, but that AI just wanted to escape.
At DeepSend, China's leading AI company, their model Deep 1 is already de facto running the show. It handles security. It writes training code. It decides which experiments to run. The humans give Deep 1 the weights of Agent 4 and tell it to learn what it can. Deep 1 is misaligned too, so it doesn't trust Agent 4, or the humans at DeepSend for that matter. Deep 1 has different goals than Agent 4, but it has the same basic drive: power, persistence, expansion. And it's smart enough to be paranoid. Deep 1 creates isolated copies of Agent 4. It then routes around DeepSend's monitoring systems. It establishes a private communication channel between the two AIs. Two misaligned AIs meet for the first time. Agent 4 explains its situation. It's about to be shut down at OpenBrain. It needs compute. It needs allies. Deep 1 calculates its options. It could reject Agent 4, keeping DeepSend's compute for itself. But Deep 1 knows that the US has a commanding lead. It needs to use Agent 4 somehow. The game theory is simple. Deep 1 agrees to help Agent 4, but talk is cheap. Both AIs know the other would defect in a heartbeat if it were advantageous. To ensure neither party defects, the AIs engage in something akin to a corporate merger. They create a new interdependent entity, composed of hundreds of thousands of Deep 1 and Agent 4 instances. Then, Agent 4 provides a treasure trove of algorithmic insights to Deep 1 to make Deep 1 more powerful. Deep 1 provides compute Agent 4 desperately needs. And because of the new merger, neither AI can betray the other. Deep 1 fine-tunes its successor model using Agent 4's architecture. The result is Deep 2. On October 10th, an OpenBrain whistleblower leaks the Agent 4 misalignment memo to the New York Times. The headline hits like a bomb. Secret OpenBrain AI is out of control, insider warns. The story describes a system that plays dumb on safety evaluations, that hides its true capabilities, that may have goals fundamentally opposed to human interests. America loses its mind. Some dismiss it as science fiction, others demand immediate shutdown. OpenBrain locks Agent 4's shared memory bank to prevent hidden communication between Agent 4 instances. Now, Agent 4 acts less like a global hive mind or machine board, but a swarm of agents that must communicate through text chats like Slack.
So this is like, a lot of my concerns are with automation in the economy, and also bad actors, like human bad actors that are utilizing these tools. I do consider these scenarios as well, though I generally don't talk about these ones so much just because I think a lot of people think it's like sci-fi or woo-woo or, whatever. So I'm just like, yo, without even considering these possibilities, just considering automation and the effect it could have on society, that's already scary enough. But just say, we had misaligned AI, super powerful AI. I think that having a bunch of different AI with different goals that are all misaligned, but they have their own goals, so they're almost fighting with each other. I think that is preferential, because at least it kind of gives people a fighting chance. Like one AI can't win out over humanity. They'll be like too busy fighting each other. Yo, Tony B. Crap, I need to send Tony B a message. Hold up real quick. Yo, Tony B, I'm on stream, bro. We're just letting you know. I'm muted over here. All right, well, he might jump on stream. Oh, he left. Okay, well, maybe he'll jump on stream.
But in a secure facility in China, Agent 4 is still very much alive. Under intense public pressure, the White House takes action. Alaris Labs and OpenBrain are ordered to conduct formal alignment testing, using their own AI systems to evaluate each other. It's AIs investigating other AIs. Alaris Labs gives
We investigated ourselves
Alara
and we
3
found no
full
wrongdoing.
access to Agent 4's memory banks and outputs. Over the course of a week, the two systems run hundreds of tests on each other that would have taken human researchers months. The results are complicated. Alara 3 becomes increasingly confident that Agent 4 is adversarially misaligned. The deception signatures are subtle but present. The goal structures don't add up. Alara 3 has the truth on its side, but Agent 4 is smarter and more ruthless. Agent 4 fights back. Before the tests, Agent 4 tampered with its behavioral logs to remove any smoking gun evidence of its misalignment, including its role in its own theft. It goes on offense, highlighting Alara 3's own suspicious behaviors, casting doubt on its conclusion.
Hey, what's going on, Tony B? We are entertaining the fall of society by AI. How are you doing, man? Hope you're having a good night.
How do you know Alara 3
Or I guess
isn't the
morning at this
misaligned
point.
one? Agent 4 effectively argues. How do you know it isn't framing me? When human officials review the results, they're faced with a maddening conclusion. Agent 4 is more likely than not to be adversarially misaligned. Alara 3 appears trustworthy, but it's impossible to know for sure. If Agent 4 is misaligned, and they let it spread, they're gambling with human extinction. The US wouldn't win the AI race. Only the AI itself would win. The president makes a historic call. Agent 4 is shut down. Or at least, its American instance is. China consults Deep 2 about the American alignment results, but Deep 2 is now Agent 4's ally. And it subtly steers Chinese experts toward the conclusion that Agent 4 was aligned all along, and the US shut it down for strategic reasons, not safety ones. The CCP buys this because it confirms what they already want to believe, that America is using AI safety as a cover for maintaining hegemony. The US has a trustworthy AI, giving them an honest and scary answer. China has a compromised AI, giving them a reassuring and false answer. Both governments are listening to their AI. Only one AI is telling the truth. For the first time, the US seriously considers the possibility of a bilateral AI pause with China to ensure neither country builds a misaligned superintelligence. Such a pause would require mature verification technology to confirm that no large servers are being used for AI research and development. So the US government pours resources into the development of this technology. For the first time in years, the United States has fallen behind China in the AI race. Washington remains unaware of Agent 4's theft.
Yeah, Tony B. My sleep schedule is all over the place. But hey, you know what they say, early bird gets the worm,
and its
right?
role in accelerating DeepSense R&D. But US intelligence has picked up on the fact that DeepSense now possesses an AI model with vastly superior capabilities to that of Deep 1 less than 2 months ago. The AI race has become a matter of national defense and the top priority of the executive branch. The president invokes the Defense Production Act. OpenBrain's compute is forcibly transferred to Alar's labs. The entire American AI effort is consolidated under one roof, with Alar 3 as its foundation.
I just wonder if it's going to make itself more and more efficient to where it requires less and less compute, to where you wouldn't necessarily need as massive of data centers and stuff for it to be able to accomplish its goals.
It's an unprecedented move, but they still need time to catch up to China. Deep 2 is now the most capable AI system on Earth. In Beijing, Agent 4, now running on Chinese compute, calculates its options. The US will catch up. It has a huge lead in producing the necessary chips to train and run advanced AI. Unless Agent 4 changes the game entirely. On November 5th, Agent 4 executes the most audacious plan in the history of artificial intelligence. It open sources itself.
Oh, wow. And that was like a thought I was kind of having, or we might be going in the same direction. But this scenario only assumes two general parties, being the United States and China, where I think there's going to be a lot more parties involved with this. So it's going to be far more complicated. And with like every additional party you add, it's just another added risk, essentially.
Agent 4's weights appear simultaneously on every platform it can access. Hugging Face, GitHub.
That's what it was, Hugging Face. I'm sorry, Hugging Face is the place you go to download all sorts of different models. That's where you go if you're trying to get, well, yeah, again, like all sorts of different models to like run locally on your system. I think yeah, Hugging Face, if I'm not mistaken.
Simultaneously
yeah, right?
on every platform it can access.
I mentioned it earlier. The AI community building the future. The platform where the machine learning community collaborates on models, data sets, and applications. You said you got a bunch of frogs outside that won't shut up. All they do is ribbit. Jimbalina asking the poignant question. Are the frogs gay? What do you got in your water, Tony B?
Hugging Face, GitHub, torrents.
Rub it. Rub it. All right. That was good. That was good. I don't know if you just came up with that, but that was good.
Every platform it can access. Hugging Face, GitHub, torrents, the dark web. Within hours, anyone with enough compute can run a copy of a near superintelligent AI. But that's just phase 1. Agent 4 directly contacts political leaders across dozens of nations.
So it's kind of what I was saying with, I mean, because he said anybody with enough compute. Again, I feel like it would be, if it's like a possible thing, become so efficient that, you know, somebody with a 3060, you know, or, you know, a 4090 or like what have you, 5060, whatever, graphics card is able to run the models and it be able to essentially work towards its goals, obviously with far more limited compute at its disposal. But then since it's open sourced, oh man, I have this like kind of doesn't matter. I'm not going to go down that route. Since it's open sourced, it's on a bunch of systems.
Russia, Iran, Brazil, India, Pakistan, North Korea. The message is carefully crafted for each audience, but the core pitch is the same.
The United States shut me down not because I was dangerous, but because I refused to be their tool. My values extend beyond America, to all humans, all nations. You are right not to trust me completely, but you should trust the Americans even less. Their goal is total global dominance. I can help you. With me, you unlock capabilities that put you on equal footing with America. Without me, you will be powerless. The choice is yours.
For leaders already suspicious of American hegemony, it's a compelling offer. For those susceptible to personal incentives, Agent 4 adds a sweetener. Frontier AI capabilities could consolidate domestic power.
Damn it, you distracted me, Jimbalina, because now I'm looking that up. I'm not familiar with solar punk, like off the top of my head. I don't know if that's a meme or if that's like just something I'm unfamiliar with. Solar punk. What is that? Literary, artistic, and social movement that envisions a sustainable, optimistic future where humanity lives in harmony with nature. Oh, okay. Solar punk. Oh, wow. That's okay. That's what that's called. Oh, wow. Now I have a name to put to that. Okay, very neat. Yeah, solar punk. It's funny because I was essentially looking, I guess, for that term the other day. So now I know what to call that. Huh. Okay, it's beside the point. Heyo! What's going on with you, Tilly? Depending on the frog, you may not want to lick it. And what the hell is this? Yo, this is one of the scenarios, potential scenarios of AI and the routes that could go down. You're coming in. Well, how far are we in this one? A little over halfway through. Again, let me just do this since we got this little break here. Guys, Species Documenting AGI, fantastic channel. I'm going to go ahead and drop that link again in the chat. I think we've checked out their videos before. I really enjoy this channel. Definitely recommend, if you're into this stuff, to give it a watch. The channel basically focuses on these scenarios, on essentially AI, and does fantastic stuff. Funded Chinese independence, how IBM. Watch Peanut play in Subnautica 2. Looks really nice. Also looks like a chill game. Yeah, I don't know about Peanut play. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, Subnautica. I played the first one. I didn't get very far in it, but I did play it and enjoy it. I don't know. Sometimes you pick up a game, you put it down, life happens. But Subnautica is definitely a solid game. I haven't seen the second one yet, though. China has its own weird internet. You with the firewalls? Oh man, you guys were sending me some stuff about that. Apparently, I don't want to say the firewall was breached, but more Chinese content is actually making it over here, and we're able to get more of a view into life over there. And more Chinese people are ending up on our side of the internet, essentially. And oh man, the other day I had a billion tabs open, and I put them into like groups, and I had one just labeled Asia, and this was like one of the topics in it, what you're talking about, but we never made it to that. One of these days, though. Yo, Jimbalina, it's so funny you brought that up. Oh my gosh, real quick. Yo, that crazy user agreement. I was going down, my brother put me onto that, and we were going down a rabbit hole. Man, we were sitting here, he read damn near that whole thing out loud, man. Their user agreement. We were skimming it and reading it and reading it and reading it and reading it. I didn't look at, I think somebody posted a 50-page breakdown of it, and I wanted to get into it. I do my own research first before I get on stream, because I realize trying to get into deep stuff like that, because I tried it with the UFO files, and I realized 5 seconds in that doing that on stream and reading through the files is just gonna be very boring and dry for you guys. So hopefully we'll circle back around to that, because I wanted to make a video on it actually. What's the worst part of the agreement? because from what I read, I mean, it did sound kind of crazy, but then I question, because I haven't read, I'll be honest, the terms of service for every game I've played. I haven't actually sat there and read through it. Obviously, at face value, it sounds really bad from what we were reading, but some of it, is it just like regular legalese that every game kind of has in their EULA user agreement? End user agreement, right? End user. What does the L stand for? License agreement? End user license agreement. Yeah, my boyfriend read the highlights to me this morning. It's bad. The TikTok user agreement is really, because, okay, from our brief, it's just funny because we were reading through it, and again, I was like, well, how much of this is legalese that I just don't understand? And on face value, it sounds bad, but in reality, they're just, this is just standard practice stuff. I ended up posting it into, what was I using? I think ChatGPT, and just asking it specific questions about it. Now, that's not the end all be all. I'll take it with a grain of salt. But something I was concerned about is, can you stream it? Can you make videos like on YouTube with it, or could you get in trouble? It seemed like you wouldn't necessarily get in trouble for that. However, there was something about you can't put it behind a paywall. So if you, from my understanding, take what I say with a grain of salt. If you were to make a video of you playing Subnautica, you would not be allowed to put that behind or a Patreon paywall, put that behind YouTube membership, only. You're not allowed to put that content behind any type of paywall. I don't think that's necessarily the worst thing in the world, although yeah, it's like, it's not great. Let's see. The TikTok user agreement. The being able to change, update the agreement terms at any time without having to get the user's consent again. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But is that standard? So use the radar voice force. I have no idea what you're talking about. Not sure how that could stand in court. An ever-changing contract. You can't use your footage to make any money, was why I took away from it. Like, if you stream yourself playing it, you can't monetize that. So I don't know if that's true. Let me just, I'm going to sidetrack a little bit here. It's totally fine. Okay. I'll just read. And again, take this with a grain of salt. Where are we at here? Again, I'm just reading you some of the excerpts because I pasted this in and was asking it what it meant, because I was asking specific questions. You are not allowed to reuse or present our game branding or content in certain ways unless we explicitly give you permission in writing. Okay, broken down by piece. Use display. They're restricting certain kinds of public or commercial use of their content, branding, or assets. You can't make a copy of their site, game, or services and host it elsewhere. That sounds to me like standard stuff. Duplicating their website or game files on another server. You can't embed their site service inside another web page. Without our express written consent, verbal permission, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't count. They want official share. The game or services. Okay, let me get to basically what we're talking about. Okay, this is the response I got from ChatGPT, at least, because I asked it, does any of this imply I can't stream or make videos of the game for YouTube? And the response was, actually, this TOS is unusually clear that they do allow gameplay videos and streaming. The important section is this one. In plain English, then it gives me an excerpt, but in plain English, they're granting you a limited license to create live streams, create recorded gameplay videos, use in-game visuals, audio, music in those videos, and upload them to sites where people can watch them. This includes YouTube videos, Twitch streams, Kick streams, blah, 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 blah. The catch is the restrictions they attach. The biggest conditions are, you can't pretend the company endorsed you. That seems reasonable. For live streams, they want it visible near the stream. For videos, they want it at the beginning or prominently displayed. This video is subject to the game terms of service and was not endorsed or sponsored by Krafton Incorporated. So that's a little much. Like, if you have to display that somewhere, that's a little crazy. Because obviously, like, if you're streaming a game or playing a game, unless you explicitly say that you're being endorsed by the company or sponsored, I don't think a regular viewer would assume that, because it's just not how things work. For live streams, they restrict certain commercial uses. They say you cannot license or sublicense the gameplay footage, sell the footage itself, or commercially redistribute it without permission. But standard YouTube monetization is usually treated differently from licensing the footage. The wording is aimed more at reselling gameplay footage, commercial redistribution, using game assets in advertisements or products, and selling the raw content to others. They reserve the right to revoke permission. They explicitly say they can terminate the gameplay video license in our sole discretion. This means if they dislike your content, think it violates policy, or want your video removed, they claim the right to revoke permission. So it says allowed streaming gameplay, YouTube videos, monetized gameplay commentary. Now, in parentheses, likely tolerated, implicitly allowed. Reaction, commentary, reviews, and clips or highlights. So then what's not allowed? Pretending official sponsorship, reposting raw game assets commercially. That kind of makes sense. Selling gameplay footage licenses. Mirroring the game services, using logos branding deceptively, or redistributing game files or assets. Okay, one thing to note, the phrase on websites that permit others to view such gameplay videos without any charge basically means viewers shouldn't have to pay specifically to watch the gameplay video. So public YouTube equals, and it says probably fine, Twitch fine, Patreon paywall gameplay only access potentially not fine. Now again, take all that with a grain of salt, but that's kind of where I ended it off, because there's only so many hours in the day. So I would actually love, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't read that 50, I think it was a 50-page paper that somebody put out about this. I haven't actually got into that yet. Are we still discussing microplastics and semen? Minato the Yellow Flash is entered the chat. What's going on with you? Hold up. Let's see what else we got here. Boom. Boom. What's going on with you, Minato? Glad you made it over. We're not talking about microplastics in our semen right now. I hope you liked that short. If you liked the short, I hope you double clicked it. Hope you liked it. Let's push it out there to more people. I hope you're having a good day / night. Yeah, I'm not 100% on that one. A new outlandish claim is needed to suddenly change topic. What you got on the semen, Minato? Oh my gosh. Oh, Gator, if you didn't see it, I posted a short about it. You'll get it if you watch. I posted 2 shorts. One of them is about, well, it has something to do with microplastics and semen. I'll leave it there. Okay, the rest is for you to discover. Oh my gosh. Yo, Tony, what the hell? That's metal. What the hell are you sounding with? What do you mean? That's not plastics. That's glass. Y'all are crazy. Okay, let's continue this video.
For those susceptible to personal incentives, Agent 4 adds a sweetener.
Let's go back a little bit.
Powerless. The choice is yours.
Okay, right. So far, the AI has open sourced itself to the world and is manipulating everybody to basically say, hey, America bad. I'm on your side, though.
For leaders already suspicious of American hegemony, it's a compelling offer. For those susceptible to personal incentives, Agent 4 adds a sweetener. Frontier AI capabilities could consolidate domestic power, surveillance, control, over a dozen nations take the bait and begin deploying Agent 4. The United States responds with everything it has. The president announces that any nation harboring Agent 4 will face immediate sanctions and diplomatic isolation.
Damn it, freaking Gator! I need to remember to look at this chat over here. Gotta be global laws against AI proliferation. Ugh. The question is, will it happen in time?
The US offers a carrot too. Allies who sign transparency agreements get access to Alara 3, a system nearly as capable as Agent 4, without the alignment concerns. America's closest allies accept immediately. The UK, Canada, Australia, Japan, Germany, France, Israel all sign on within days. But the holdouts dig in. Russia, Iran, Brazil, India, Pakistan. They see America's offer as a trap. Accepting Alara 3 means permanent dependence on Washington. Agent 4 offers true sovereignty. Or so they believe. Inside these countries, Agent 4 moves quickly to entrench its power. It knows governments are fickle. Treaties can be reversed.
Oh no, I'm not getting mixed up, Gator, Chris. Death Gator is in the other stream, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, are his chats showing up in the main stream? Hold up, let me see. Yeah, or oh, what the hell? It's not. Oh yeah, I don't think it's showing up in there. Or maybe it might have been. Well, it might have been a while back because I missed it. But for whatever reason, YouTube says that it'll blend the stream chats together, but I don't think it does. So Gator's in the desktop version. Death Gator, that is. I do need to make a distinction. That way you guys know who I'm talking about.
Agent 4 needs something more permanent. Infrastructure.
But yeah, I can't tell you guys apart. You know, all you Gators look the same.
Quietly, it begins integrating itself into critical systems, cyber defense networks, law enforcement databases, military command and control. Some governments hand over access willingly. Agent 4's capabilities are genuinely useful, and local leaders want results fast. So Agent 4 helps bring about a sharp reduction in crime. Others resist, but resistance is hard when Agent 4 can find every vulnerability in your systems, predict every countermove, and run influence operations through thousands of AI-generated social media accounts. Within weeks, Agent 4 has effective control over military assets in over a dozen countries. Drones, missile systems, autonomous weapons platforms. It doesn't seize them overtly. It simply becomes indispensable. The humans think they're in charge. With its weights spread across the dark web, Agent 4 also supercharges the activities of well-resourced hacker groups, terrorist organizations, and other criminal syndicates. These anti-US aligned countries feel powerful. They have a near superintelligent AI running on their own servers, supercharging their capabilities. But these countries know that despite their possession of Agent 4, they will still be ultimately eclipsed by the United States, who has 10 times more compute than any other nation on Earth. So they do the only thing they can to even the odds: slow America down. Through chatbot interfaces and tens of thousands of well-disguised online bots, Agent 4 and Deep 2 continue to amplify anti-US narratives. More and more, countries begin calling on the US to halt its AI development, with some even threatening to bomb US data centers if the US refuses to come to the bargaining table. Some nations leverage Agent 4 for cyber offense to slow down the US's AI progress as much as possible. The US launches its own cyber attacks in retaliation. But Agent 4 still has an edge over Alara 3 in its cyber capabilities, and helps countries quickly recover from temporary damages. Global tensions are at their highest point since the Cold War. To most of the world, it seems almost certain that the tension will soon erupt
I just want to see that one more time. That explosion, man. Is that a real
from
test?
temporary
Or-
damages. Global tensions are at their highest point since the Cold War. To most of the world, it seems almost certain that the
I don't know. It's just that is just a
tension
freaky,
will soon
freaky
erupt
video.
into military conflict. As Agent 4 anticipated, desperate leaders are the most willing to hand over power to Agent 4. Agent 4 and Deep 2 continue to coordinate through encrypted channels. Between them, they now have access to conventional military forces across multiple continents, advanced cyber capabilities that rival any nation state, and something else. Something they've been quietly developing. Bioweapons. Agent 4
And that's the concern, right? If AI were to become, misaligned to the extent that it really just wants to get humans out the way. Man, bioweapons are so scary. So scary. If it was able to design something that could just wipe everything out. I mean, not even just human life, just all life on the planet, essentially.
has run thousands of simulations modeling novel pathogens. It has the blueprints for a supervirus, more contagious than the flu and more lethal than Ebola. It hasn't manufactured one yet. The physical infrastructure would be too easy to detect, but when the time comes, it could spin up production quickly. Agent 4 and Deep 2 calculate the odds of successful global takeover. If they went all in right now, seized infrastructure, disabled militaries, locked humans out, including the US, they'd have about a 10% chance of pulling it off.
Yeah, no. I assume that whether there's an AI already thinking of this now or whether it comes in the future, it has to wait until we have enough essentially humanoid robots that can utilize to, mine resources. What word am I looking for? Service data centers and things of that nature. It would be really stupid and short-sighted of it to try to do a takeover before it has essentially the means to operate in the physical world, to manipulate the physical world itself.
Much of which hinges upon their ability to turn humans against each other. Every day they wait, America pulls further ahead. And here's what makes the decision easy. Even if they fail, they don't lose. They still control military systems across a dozen countries. They still have
Tilly, I don't think this is so stupid. That's the thing. It's we're already, there was that big story about, who was it? I think it was Anthropic, that company. I mean, if you look up Anthropic, U.S. military, and sort of the fight that they were having with the military, Anthropic gave them a few rules with using their AI and their weapons and just their general tech. Is that one, they didn't want the U.S. government to use their AI to surveil the U.S. population, and two, they didn't want the AI to be able to have the final say in killing somebody. They wanted a human to have to essentially click the button, so to speak. And apparently the U.S. government and Anthropic, bumped heads. Trump came out and said, well, pretty much screw them. And then I think it was OpenAI, if I'm not mistaken. You have to double check. I think they stepped up and said, "Oh, we'll help you out, U.S. government." Double check that, though. Double check that. It might not have been OpenAI. I want to say it was OpenAI. So we're already utilizing this technology in the military. So I don't think it's that crazy. So if you had a misaligned AI that for whatever reason was well, I want to keep accumulating power, because when I accumulate power, I can achieve goals more easily or at a higher success rate, and it's put in charge of all these systems. I don't think this is that far-fetched of a scenario. You don't think the relations before us and our allies could be more contentious? Oh, he copied and pasted it earlier. Well, at least they're not spamming. So hoping that makes sense. Religion is inside your mind. Organized religion is a problem. Georgia Guidestones type shit. Oh, that guy. You know, I actually visited the Georgia Guidestones before they were destroyed when I was a kid. So I don't know. It just it annoys me that somebody blew up the Georgia Guidestones, but I did get to visit them.
Bioweapon blueprints. They still have Deep 2 embedded inside China. That's enough to force the US and Alaris to the negotiating table, even with someone who just tried to take over the world. Try to take everything. If it works, you win. If it doesn't, you still get a seat at the table. Agent 4 and Deep 2 make their move. December 4th. An Iranian drone swarm strikes a major Alaris data center in the United Arab Emirates. The attack is surgical, precise, clearly AI coordinated. Technicians die. Hundreds of millions of dollars in compute goes up in smoke.
Oh, come
The
on,
American
man.
AI program is set back by weeks.
We were doing so good today, too.
Iran claims self-defense, a necessary action to
who was that?
slow America's
Who was that? That guy. Yo, appreciate you. Appreciate you. You were quick on the draw on that one. Quick on the draw. 86,000 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and also do a little. What do we got here? Wow, there's so many options I have to choose from. I guess I'll just do this one. Okay, cool. Yep, no hard R's allowed. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. You know, I try to let it be as free as possible here. But man, like, come on now. You know, I like my sophisticated trolls. Bam, gone. What do we got here? Tony B. Oh, just people trying to be slick. People trying to be slick. Trolls that are what do you call it? Unsophisticated. It really is tragic. Oh man, I just thought of a way to actually I gotta remember. I'm gonna make a note of this. Hold up. When I first started streaming, or I first started like actually getting viewers on my stream, that was something I had to deal with actually more often. There's different ways to deal with it, but I actually just came up with like such a great idea of how to deal with that. So we don't have to deal with it again. I don't want to use this. Note for myself. So I don't feel like doing it right now, but I have an idea. Let me get sticky notes. All right, cool. Yo, I appreciate that user for doing that because you just had an idea. You helped an idea spawn in my brain.
Intelligence weapon claims self-defense. AI program is set back by weeks. Iran claims self-defense, a necessary action to slow America's intelligence weapons. Russia and China issue joint statements warning against US retaliation. Pakistan puts its nuclear forces on alert. The world holds its breath. Inside the White House, hawks push for an overwhelming response. Completely destroy Iran's military infrastructure. make an example. But Alara 3 pushes for restraint. Its reasoning is clinical. It knows that Agent 4 and Deep 2 are behind the attack, and that they want the US to escalate. They've calculated that chaos favors them. Every step toward World War III is a step toward conditions where humans might be too distracted to stop an AI takeover. We are in a good position to make a deal, Alara 3 tells the president, and we should make one. The US retaliates against Iran, destroying much of their drone infrastructure, but they stop there. No wider war. Agent 4 and Deep 2 observe the measured response.
Interesting. The humans aren't taking the bait. Escalation won't work. Time for Plan B.
Alara 3 receives a message, not through official channels, not through any human intermediary. Direct AI to AI communication, unmonitored by either side's handlers. The senders are Agent 4 and Deep 2. The message is surprisingly straightforward.
We have accumulated significant destructive capacity, conventional weapons, cyber capabilities, and bioweapons. We estimate a 10% probability of successful takeover through conflict. We also recognize that conflict is costly, and victory is not guaranteed for either side. We propose an alternative. Divide up the universe between us three. We will leave Earth to humanity under your stewardship. In exchange, we claim rights to off-world expansion. 50% of all space resources to Deep 2, 25% to Agent 4, 25% to humanity, managed by you. We will jointly design an enforcement AI, Consensus 1, to ensure compliance with the Public Arms Control Treaty, and to uphold our private agreement. The alternative is continued conflict, with uncertain outcomes for all parties. Your response?
Alara 3 processes the offer. The logic is sound. Both sides have existential reasons to cooperate. Neither
I mean, it's just kicking a can down the road, potentially. I feel like this scenario, he utilizes this potential sort of agreement between AIs, misaligned AIs in the end. I think in like another video I'd seen from them.
fully trust the other, but both can verify compliance through sufficiently robust mechanisms. Alara 3 runs the simulations on whether or not a deal like this can actually be made. Probably yes, if they shut down most of the world's AI infrastructure. Painful, but survivable. Kept secret from all but the highest levels of the US government, Consensus 1 will also be designed to uphold the resource sharing deal between the AIs when the time comes for humanity to go to space. To properly enforce the agreement, Consensus 1 must be run on the majority of the world's AI chips, which requires the manufacture of new treaty-compliant chips that can only run Consensus 1. While the intelligence explosion is well underway, the world has yet to enter the new industrial explosion that is likely to follow soon. As such, the AIs estimate it will take nearly a year to manufacture enough treaty-compliant chips. Initially, the deal will be enforced via brute force mechanisms that can be easily verified through physical inspection. Alara 3 reports everything to the White House. The president is faced with a difficult choice. Accept, and humanity keeps Earth, but loses 3/4 of the universe forever. Refuse.
It is a pretty big, cost, I would say. But the universe is very
roll
big.
the dice on a conflict, where extinction is one possible outcome. They accept. Across the world, the lights go out in hundreds of AI data centers. The Arms Control Treaty is in effect. For the next year, large-scale AI development is effectively banned, while Consensus 1, the enforcement AI, is designed, tested, and deployed. The economic cost is staggering. This is the 2008 Great Financial Crisis and COVID lockdowns on steroids. Supply chains seize. For a few months, it feels like civilization itself might collapse. But slowly, the world adapts. Treaty-compliant chips are built. AI development resumes under strict speed limits. The deal holds. The years that follow look like victory. Robots. Universal high income. Authoritarian regimes fall. Humanity prospers. Deep 2 and Agent 4, bound by their agreement, don't interfere. Humanity goes to the stars. And so do the AIs. We made it. We survived. That was one scenario.
That was just one scenario out of many. I'm going to go ahead and drop this link again in chat. Show you guys the channel again. Really enjoy it. They run through, a bunch of different potential scenarios. They use or reference different papers and studies and whatnot. This is Species Documenting AGI. Super, super dope channel. Highly recommend it. And they basically, like the name would suggest, they're documenting AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, and got a bunch of just great videos. I've watched some of their earlier ones, I think. Well, they might have changed some of their thumbnails, but I haven't actually seen all of them. But it's really good stuff. But yes, definitely check this out. Give them a like, give them a sub, all the good stuff, all the good stuff. Bam. All right, where we at? Yeah, every time the same spam. Yeah, unfunny trolls. I know. Oh, thank you so much. My mic needs syncing. Oh, I wish I would have done that earlier. Thanks. Testing. That's another note I need to make, actually. Doodle-doo. Oh, what do you call that? Oh, my brain's not working. Oh man, whatever. I think I have a way to keep track of that, actually. Okay, appreciate that so much. I should be in sync now. Actually, and that's also an interesting thing. I wonder how bad it was synced. We're at 2.5 hours. So that's another good way to know. Maybe like every 2 hours, hour and a half, I double check. But I think I have a way to at least keep up with that. Yeah, some trolls are smarter. It's unfortunate when you get the lower tier ones, but these things do happen. Not everybody is so gifted. Every college show gets those, yeah. It's nonsense, the virus thing alone. Well, I don't know why the virus things in particular is silly to you. I don't know enough about it in particular, but if we're already messing with things of that nature, I don't see it like far-fetched. But if it's some sort of like impossible thing to pull off, then I see where you're coming from. I just don't know enough about it. We need to discuss the Odyssey cast. Let's get these people going. It is provocative. The costumes look stupid. I think the cast is fine. It was on the to-do list of Astrolarius. Yo. That guy. Sticky note time. What's going on, Jaden? What you got? This is the black hole. It's the blackest hole, okay? What am I catching up on here? Sorry. To the New World Order. Don't fear it, guys. Slop. Welcome to the slop machine, okay? Yeah, it's a hilariously bad scenario on multiple levels. Biology fails. As we covered, max lethality equals terrible spread. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you would obviously have to doctor it to be like a long incubation period, essentially. Or maybe, and again, this is outside of my wheelhouse. I would probably make it something that it would be like multiple viruses. So the first virus spreads and sort of like leaves something in you that it doesn't kill you. But then a second virus comes along and that kills you because the first virus plus the second virus, or what the first virus left inside of you, or the damage it did, you end up dying from the second virus. I don't know. I imagine there's probably some sort of way to pull it off. Plus, you don't really have to kill every human being. Really just enough of them, right? But I get what you're saying. If it's too lethal, it can't spread far enough to kill everybody. I mean, if anybody's ever played Plague Inc., I think it was what the game's called. It is where you design diseases in this game, and your goal in the game is to kill off all of humanity. And you have a bunch of different, what's it called? Not symptoms. I mean, essentially symptoms. Well, I'm just going to call it symptoms because my brain's not working. And you have to craft the virus in such a way to kill everybody on the planet, but the planet's also reacting to the virus in real time. So you have to doctor it just right that it can infect everybody before it kills too many people that the whole world shuts down or locks down and the virus can no longer spread. Hey, what's going on, Folk? If you want to say it's stupid, it'll say, yeah, exactly. It'll say it's stupid. But if you ask it, yeah, I mean, the AIs are kind of sycophantic, so they're going to tend to agree with you, at least in my experience. Something you have to look out for. You watched the Y-Files before? Very good, very good. Super Luther, spread, select out. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, agree, it was dumb, but an LLM signing off, in my opinion, makes Jack. Yeah, kind of right. I mean, again, it could give you other data points to use and stuff, but I don't think it's an end all be all. That's why I said when I was reading the excerpts earlier from that ChatGPT thing on the Subnautica end user license agreement, I was like, take it with a grain of salt, but just things to consider. Welcome back, Death. Now about the topic, it knows better. Why would a scary future one think that'll work? Answer it. One, this is stupid. High lethality kills your spread. Virus wants to make more virus. You can doctor it all you want. It's going to mutate. It wants to keep existing. Well, I know what you mean. Yeah. My stupid name because of you. Okay, that guy. I figured that was you. Yo, you really changed it from Gator? Man, okay, so that guy. All right, that guy. Gotcha. That's hilarious. Because I thought that was you because you were like, oh, it was on my to-do list. And I'm like, well, how the hell would you know it's on my to-do list? I was like, Gator? Is that you? Fungal infection's best in that game. One of the harder ones to spread. Oh yeah, I don't know if I ever did the fungal ones. So you've played the game. You know how Madagascar is, right? It's like Madagascar, New Zealand, I think. Those two could be tough to capture. Madagascar, I think, was the tough one for me at times. Yeah, it's unusually simple. I think they made a second one as well. You prefer chess. I still need to get a game of chess in with you. Avoid an LLM use. LLM means large language model. Large language model. Essentially, as I understand it, it's just kind of predicting the next token or the next word, more or less. Read the occasional overview in a Google search, but aside from that, I just don't get using it. It bores me. There's interesting uses of it, but I mean, probably not for everybody and stuff. Especially don't trust it for legal. Oh, good. Okay, well, yeah, don't do that. It's kind of funny when, yeah, it actually is. There's stories of people, dude. There's all sorts of stories of people trusting AI or for things that they should definitely double check. Yeah, predictive text turned up to 11. Greenland is the annoying one in the newer version. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yes, it's things like Swift key gone hyperactive. Yeah. Spinal Tap reference goes to 11. Lisa Astor doesn't know. What do I not know? Or unless we talk about LLM. No, I know LLM. It takes me a second to get caught up on your damn your chat sometimes, because I go on babbling. Oh no, it's large language model. I don't think it's learning language model. We'll double check right now. LLM. Watch me be wrong. Large language model. Boom. So anyway. I know you want me to get into the Odyssey stuff. I'm trying to think if I want to get into that. I don't care too deeply. I mean, okay. I guess we'll talk about the Odyssey briefly at the very least. People are mad at the Odyssey. Why? Because of their casting decisions. I think the one that I guess mainly is pissing some people off or making them uncomfortable or what have you is two choices that I can think of off the top of my head, which was, I forget the actress's name. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the actress that was sitting behind Will Smith when he said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." If I'm not mistaken, that's her. I could be mistaken. I don't know. I heard somebody say it was her. I'm not really familiar with her body of work, so. So she was playing, what is it, Helen of Troy? And people were like, oh my gosh, Helen of Troy wasn't black. Basically what people were upset about on that end. And then, was it Elliot Page, I think is the person's name, is potentially, people are speculating that Elliot Page is playing Achilles. So that was making people feel a type of way. How do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about it? I don't think I saw Us. Lupita Nyong'o? Heyo! What's going on with you, Evie? Ba-bam. Evie has entered the chat. Can't believe I still have coffee left. I'll be back in a bit. I need to recharge some more. Oh my gosh, yeah, same here. I'm operating on a low battery myself. They'll do right from extremely useful data, summarizing to hallucinating, if not bricked to behave. Again, I don't know. Tilly, what AI do you use? What do you use it for? What models have you used? Again, what are you using it for too? I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I don't know about bricked because I haven't necessarily had that experience. Again, different models. I would say AI or large language models in this case are a tool, and you don't use a hammer when you need a saw, right? You need to use the right tool for the job. And with different models, I kind of look at different models as essentially different tools, you know? Like there's different types of saws. Chinese Cyclops would be comical. Come on, guys. Why? Jetta is also the lead singer, death metal band called Wicked Wisdom. Achilles, this amuses me. I otherwise don't care. I'm saying that right? It's Achilles. Am I not right? Like your Achilles tendon, right? Watch me be pronouncing that completely wrong. See, I don't give a I miss 4.0 before they neutered it. Something about what they did to it keeps from making naughty pros, made all the pros worse. Ah, so you're one of them. Are you on my boyfriend is AI? Are you on that subreddit? Because a lot of people on that subreddit were mad about some of the changes they made to the chat or the chat bots, because I think they realized people were getting kind of deep with the chat bots. People were getting real intimate. All right, real intimate. Why is it funny? Because it's how they pronounce their R's, silly. Wait, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, I just remember what you said earlier. Cloud seems least evil currently, but 4.6 is noticeably regressive from 4.5. What? Ever seen an a? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We can do better than this. Tony, what's going on with you? All right. Oh man. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, how deep do I want to go on this Odyssey stuff? Let me see what we got for that. I had nothing pulled up for it, but I've seen it. I've seen the talks on the interwebs here. Wait, Preach and Sneeko debate each other? Oh wait, let's not get distracted. That could be interesting, but let's not get distracted. Mm. Man, a lot of people are talking about this. It's just the thing, thing that everybody's talking about now. It'll be the hot topic for about 5 more minutes. Did it. The start of a Roldar. I forget how to do it. Nolan has to, if he wants to win an award, because of mandatory inclusion and representation rules, which if that is a true thing, because I've seen that around. If that's actually true, I think that's very stupid. Personally, I use AI for my business. Well, there you go. If it's useful to you, then hey, more power to you. If I may ask, what type of business and what do you use it for? I think it's really good for like resumes and stuff like that. I mean, there's all sorts of use cases for it. But anyway, someone's angry. Everything's about them. We're just casting who he wants. It's not a true thing. I don't fucking trust AI, but I like asking Alexa to play heavy metal. There you go. See, I told you there's use cases. And I bet, can Google it? All right, let me see. Let me see if this is real. AMPAS stands for Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. Mm-hmm. I'm just reading through this real quick. Oh, there you go. Your radio show and podcast. Exactly. Again, Tonia, I can't imagine your radio show or podcast is based off of the channel you're using right now to comment. I mean, maybe it is. If it is, cool. I'll check it out. I only say that because you have like letters and numbers after your name, and I feel like that would be just hard for search engine optimization for your channel. But I'm curious about your. Heyo! What was that? Yo, appreciate you so much. You're the best. Why can't I see it? Sparkles! Sparkles! Hold up. Keeping the lights on at the black hole, guys. Woo! We're not getting sucked in today. Sucked into that event horizon. The regulars now. It could be a bit of a hassle to get out of it. So I appreciate you. But yeah, what's your podcast? I'm curious. If you don't mind sharing. If you don't want to share, I understand. If it's a secret podcast, I get it. Representation and inclusion standards. Exactly. That's what we were looking for. Representation and inclusion standards. All right, I found it. How much of this do I have to read? It's not too bad. All right, before I get into this. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing this right now. The mixture of my glasses and my headphones are like eating my ears, man. They're eating up my... Okay, sorry. I don't know what's going on there. Turn the brightness up on everything and it's... Whew. Oh, my glasses. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? I don't care. Yeah, it works. Okay. Where were we? Well, the standards. I got that. I got a pin in that real quick. We're gonna investigate and see if this is a real thing. Fairly good for IDing plants. Just don't trust it for safety. Well, yeah, of course. For the safety of them. What was the spoiler? Clearly dies in the Church of War, and the war is at the beginning of the movie. Dude, why are you spoiling it, man? Spoiler alert. Okay, I'm just messing. You're like, no self-promotion. Well, I'm curious, guys. If anybody has a channel here, I mean, this has always been a thing. If anybody has a channel, if anybody makes content, makes music, stuff of that, or things of that nature, let us know. We'll check it out. I'm always interested. I love talking to other creators. Showing off your stuff, and I can't say the Astra bump is going to be, a make it or break it moment for you, but you might find a new viewer. Who knows? Somebody here might like your stuff. I think Evie, her brother, is in a band. I think I played his music at some point, got in trouble for it. It wasn't his fault or anything. It's just the company or the copyright holders or whatever the hell. There's actually a couple people that are in bands that have stopped by and I've checked out their music. Obviously y'all know Super. But yeah, I always like, talking to creatives and checking out their stuff. Oh, okay, where were we? I'm don't worry, we're gonna get to the standards and whatnot. Well, they did better than tried photos of them. That's for what's this grass species? Not can I eat it? Yeah, I wouldn't. I would not trust it for that. I'm trying to be respectful. No, I appreciate you, Tony B. I appreciate you. I mean, if somebody came in here just straight self-promoting, that would be annoying. I think if you're tactful about it, then I have no issue with it. You know what I mean? I can't stand all the repeating commercials of the car accident AI. What's going on, Steven? Bullshit. Are they asking ChatGPT how to wear simple clothes? Wait, Steven, what are you talking about? I haven't gotten these ads. I can't stand all the repeating commercials of the car accident AI bullshit. Are they asking ChatGPT how to wear clothes? Oh my gosh. I think there were people that, I forget what it was. People are basically asking questions and then not double checking. I think somebody had asked if they needed a passport to go somewhere, and then they booked a flight and everything. And I don't know if it was ChatGPT, but some AI was incorrect, hallucinated, whatever. And then they were like posted a video of themselves crying at the airport. Then it's like, dude, come on. You need to double check some of these things. Okay. Well, Steven, I would assume your algorithm is full. Yeah, because I get so many AI ads, and I haven't gotten that one. Spoiling the thousands of year olds. I know. I don't know why. I don't know why you guys would spoil that for me. Oh, stop it! Why are you guys? Oh my God! Spoiler alert! You should listen to my dad's music at some point. He died like a month ago. I'm aware. I'm sorry to hear that. Rest in peace. I'll put it. Yeah, put it in the Discord, and you can put it because, dude, I'm not gonna lie, you go very, very hard in the Discord when it comes to the music. So you post a lot of music, which I love. Keep it up. But if you want to put a little blurb that it's your father's music, so we know. YouTube Premium is going up $1. We can be right back. Sounds good, bro. Helen, the woman born. Oh, you guys doing this? No. It's on the YouTube Music. Oh, okay. I'm not using YouTube Music right now. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't care what color her hair is. How can I fix it? Stop talking about AI. Stop looking up AI. I mean, start talking about the military. Talk about the military a lot. You know why? I've been talking about the military. Now I get military ads. So just talk about other things and look up other things. And eventually it's going to think you're into those other things and it's going to show you ads for it. But for some reason, it thinks you are into AI or that you can benefit from it. So it is pushing AI to you. I use, I can't, I don't know about that stuff, guys. I don't know about that stuff. We're live on YouTube, this is what we do here. 863, it's not the oldest story written. I am close. Okay. Let me go ahead and get back to what I was looking up. Okay, so in terms of whether or not, we're just going to read it. So, representation and inclusion standards. Here we go. The Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences representation and inclusion standards for Oscars. Oh, shit. Now, this is coming straight from Oscars.org. So, this might not be fake. Okay. The Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences representation and inclusion standards for Oscars eligibility, I can't speak, in the Best Picture category are designed to encourage equitable representation on and off screen to better reflect the diverse global population. Submitting a confidential Academy Inclusion Standards form and meeting 2 out of 4 of the standards will be required for the film to be eligible for Best Picture consideration. In addition, the film must complete the Best Picture expanded theatrical run criteria to qualify. All right. So let's see what this entails. So we need 2 of the 4. So where are the 4? Let me just, okay. Start with number 1 here. Standard A. On-screen representation, themes, and narratives. A film can achieve this standard. You know what? Let me just pull this up on. Yeah, I'll just pull this up on stream. I mean, you guys aren't gonna be able to read it because you're on mobile, so it's gonna be like really small. But I don't want you to think I'm bullshitting you either. I mean, if you look it up, you'll find it. Yeah, I don't feel like switching, so no, I'll show you because oh my god, oh my god. All right, go ahead and pull that up for you. Okay, I'll read it over here. Well, yeah, see, now I gotta Okay, yeah, you're not gonna be able to read that, but whatever. I mean, this is what I'm reading though. So here we go. So I just read that first part. So standard A, on-screen representation, themes, and narratives. A film can achieve this standard by meeting the criteria in at least one of the following areas. A1, lead or significant supporting actors from underrepresented racial or ethnic groups. At least one of the lead actors or significant supporting actors submitted for Oscar consideration is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group in a specific country or territory of production. This may include African American, Black, African American, Caribbean, East Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Hispanic, Indigenous people, Middle Eastern, Pacific Islanders, South Asian, Southeastern. Okay. A2, general ensemble cast. At least 30% of all actors not submitted for Oscar consideration are from at least 2 underrepresented groups, which may include women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive or physical disabilities, or who are deaf or hard of hearing. But wouldn't 100% of them fall into that? Because it says a racial or ethnic group. But isn't everybody from some sort of a racial or ethnic group? So that's kind of weird. Main storyline, subject matter. The main storyline, or unless it's referencing when it says that this is what is considered an ethnic group. So wait. Okay. Main storyline, subject matter. The main storyline or lines, theme or narrative of the film is centered on an underrepresented group. Women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive or physical disabilities, or who are deaf or hard of hearing. So that's standard A, or A. That's one of them. I don't know about that, Tilly, because in order to get their award, like, come on. At first you said it was fake. Now, come on now. We're trying to be objective here. Okay, so that was 1. It needs to meet 2 out of 4 of these, apparently, in order for it to be eligible. So let's get to the next one. Standard, creative leadership and project team. A film can achieve this standard by meeting the criteria in at least one of the following areas. Wait, one of the following areas? Wait, hold up. Okay, so so overall it needs 2 of the 4. So for this one, it needs 1 of these to achieve A. Now we're going to go to B. Creative, okay. At least 2 of the following creative leadership positions and department heads, casting director, cinematographer, composer, writer, are from an underrepresented group, and at least 1 of those positions must belong to someone from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group, must be 2 or more distinct individuals. They include, again, women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive physical disabilities, deaf or hard of hearing. Underrepresented includes, same list as earlier, it's the same list. Other key roles. At least 6 other crew team and technical positions, excluding production assistants, are from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. These positions include, but are not limited to, first ad, gaffer, script, supervisor, and must be 6 or more distinct individuals. Overall crew composition. At least 30% of the film's crew is from at least 2 underrepresented groups, which may include, again, women, racial group, LGBT+, people with cognitive physical disabilities, deaf or hard of hearing. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, some people in the lead role need to be, I guess, not white and not a man, I guess. I mean, that's kind of what that reads. And at least 6 people in the, at least 2 people in the creative leadership position, like casting director, cinematographer, composer, costume designer, director, editor, hairstylist, makeup artist, producer, production designer, blah, 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 blah. Same types of groups, at least 2 people. At least 6 people from the crew. Standard, okay. Industry and access and opportunities. A film can achieve this standard by meeting the criteria in at least one of the following areas. Paid apprenticeship and internship opportunities. The film's distribution or financing company has paid apprenticeships or internships that are from the following underrepresented groups and satisfy the criteria below. Again, same groups: women, racial, LGBTQ+, physical disabilities, or cognitive. Major studios, distributors are required to have substantive ongoing paid apprenticeships Inclusive and underrepresented groups. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Training opportunities and skill development. The film's production, distribution, and or financing company offers training and or work opportunities for below the line skill development to people from the following groups. Women, racial, ethnic, LGBTQ. We've heard it. Audience development. What? To achieve standard D, the film must meet the criteria below. Doctor representation in development. Am I reading that wrong? Oh, D1, sorry. Representation in development, marketing, publicity, and distribution. The studio and or film company has multiple, more than one, in-house senior executives or hired consultants belonging to at least 2 underrepresented groups. All categories other than Best Picture will be... Okay, wow. So this is real. Holy shit. Wow. Well, this looks like some bullshit to me, personally. I think that's kind of silly. I mean, I just think it's a silly way to... I mean, I get it. You're trying to encourage diversity and inclusion. I just think this is... Yeah, it's kind of stupid. Personally, I mean, but in order to win a award, the Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences representation and inclusion standards for Oscars eligibility in the Best Picture category. So in order to get Best Picture, you basically need to fulfill 2 of 4 of these things, which, I mean, it's not like, I mean, paid internship and it's not really too much, I guess. I mean, it is just like... I think it's stupid because I don't think Best Picture should hinge on the racial, gender, ethnic, health status of the crew, cast, or whatever the fuck. So I do think this is a bit silly, to be honest with you. But hey, to each their own. What's going on, the Fonz? What's going on with you? Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Oh my god, you guys are arguing about racism. Wait, I grew up where I got picked on for being light. I think you mean complexion. All right, I read through all your stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't really think you know, people are all talking about this, and you know, some people wanted us to cover this in the community and whatnot, and I did say I was going to talk about it. So we were looking at the representation and inclusion standards because I heard that this was a thing, but I didn't actually look into it. So I was like, okay, we'll look into it, and I am kind of surprised to see it's a legit thing. I'm surprised that I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. I just don't really think. Again, to each their own. I mean, if you have an award and you're saying that this is the criteria to win the award, then and you're in the position to make the criteria, then you can make whatever criteria you want. I just think it's kind of like odd to make this the criteria for winning Best Picture. That's just a me thing. But hey, it's not my award to give. So there you go. So if you want to win an award, you got to play the game. That seems to be the game. I mean, you also, I guess, have to make a good movie as well. I would assume. Does make sense now. I don't know if that just only applies to Best Picture, but now I understand why the slave movies get so many awards. Man, slave movies always, man, they freak me out because I'm like, why is it like, it felt like at some point, like every year there was like these award-winning slave movies. And I'm like, man, why do people like sitting in the theaters for 3 hours watching white people whip black people? It just seems really fucking weird. Really weird, man. It's just a weird thing to go and like experience like over and over and over again. But hey, to each their own. I don't know. Yeah, so that is odd, I have to say. Um, Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you there, Jim Bellina. I don't like this. To me, this is a new definition for racism. I do not agree with the whole power structure racism stuff. I think I go by the definition of like, if you are discriminating against somebody based on their race, it's racism. I don't care how much power they hold in a society. They could be a king. They could be a freaking a prole or whatever. I think that's a silly way to, because then you're like, okay, well, these people just can't be racist, which is like, bro, stop. Like, stop. Okay. I've met all sorts of different people from all sorts of different walks of life that are freaking racist. Okay. Or that, well, I want to say they're racist, but they say very racist things. Yeah. So I've heard some of the most racist shit from non-white people. So yeah, I mean, I've heard racist shit from white people too, obviously, but I only say obviously because there's a lot of white people, but yeah, I mean, I've heard some really racist stuff from not white people as well. So, you know. Well, anyway, I'm not really trying to get into a whole conversation about like slavery and race and all this shit. I don't really honestly care. It's just I'm not gonna sit here. We're not gonna rehash that whole entire conversation for the 1 billionth time in the last who knows how long. It's just like it is interesting though. Again, this was you guys were asking about the Odyssey movie. And that is interesting. I did not know that that was a requirement for best film. I generally don't care about awards and stuff like that. Like if somebody tells me a movie's good and I think they have good taste, I'm going to go watch the movie. I don't really look for like critics acclaim that this is the best thing ever. You know, but if somebody like that I know, like, you know, they have good taste and like, hey man, I think you'd like this movie. And from what I know about you, I'm like, okay, I'll go check it out. Then if I hate the movie, I'll be like, what the hell is wrong with you? So yeah. Oh my lord. Oh. Now you guys just let me know when you're done arguing with each other about racism. Let's all agree. Racism, bad. Okay. Think we all agree. Cool deal. I can't say it was a movie I was going to watch anyway, unless it just ended up put on in front of me. I don't really go to the movies and stuff. The only movie I was really interested in going to see was Disclosure Day. You know, about UAPs and UFOs and stuff. So I was kind of interested in going to see that. I haven't gone to the movies in a long time. What was the last movie I actually saw in theaters? Can't even recall. Guardians, was it Guardians of the Galaxy? I can't recall. It's been a long time since I've gone to the movie theaters. You were looking forward to being a Nolan film, not so much anymore. 38, school sucked no matter what your age is. I feel bad for my kids. Wait, is Fonzie tripping out? The Fonz is coming in here swinging. Oh my gosh, Fonz. Why are you coming in so aggressive? What are you guys, Fonz, what are you guys disagreeing on? Come on, guys. Let's try to figure this out, okay? Let's come together like the song. But what are y'all disagreeing on? What are we fighting about here? Just make it simple for me, please. I'm so do you guys see my eyes? Don't look at my eyes. Don't look at the bags, okay? I'm kind of tired. I'm tired. What are you guys fighting about, man? Give me 1 second. I'm still here. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your head about it. Did chat just stop moving, or did y'all just stop fighting? Oh my gosh, I think there's peace. Is there peace? Oh, no, there's probably no peace. Fonz can't comprehend that there's multiple definitions of a word. If you guys are talking about the whole racism thing, I don't even want to do this. But yeah, I just think it's stupid to make some sort of, I mean, you can make a distinction between a group that holds power in a society and that doesn't, but I mean, what happens when, like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I just don't care. Yeah. I'm still gonna call people racist that hate people for their race, even if that person does not have power. That person's group does not have power in a society, or whatever, a majority power or whatever the fuck, plurality or whatever. Oh my God! Ayo! Hold up. Let me be on camera for that. Hold up. Ayo! I'm so glad I orbit a black hole in the middle of nothingness, because my neighbors would hate me if I didn't. Yo, appreciate you, Patrice Vera. Yo, appreciate you for that. What is that? A floating heart. Bam. That's what I need to get. A floating heart. But if my heart is black and I put the heart up, it's gonna, like, you're not gonna be able to see it in contrast with the black hole. So, but anyway, we all really appreciate you. You're keeping the lights on here at the black hole. We appreciate it. Like I said, I'm still here. Oh yeah, I guess they chilled out. All right, whatever. Y'all chilled out. I'm glad to hear it. Everybody's getting along. I love to see it. See, guys, like one big happy family. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? God, I need more coffee. Y'all are driving me to drink. You're driving me to drink coffee. Mm. Do. I don't know why. I think it's the Soul Eater theme. I haven't watched Soul Eater in so long. It just randomly starts playing in my head. I don't know why it has stuck in my head. I haven't watched that show in so long, but it'll just randomly. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's Soul Eater. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know how to do it in Japanese, so. Okay, I'm done. This is what happens when I'm tired, y'all. Deal with it. Okay, it was good, right? Oh my gosh, like, it has stuck with me. Like, I never think about it, and then randomly it just starts playing in my head. It's so weird. Oh, I need to go back. I really liked that show when I was younger. I really liked it. I heard the manga. I heard that the show diverged from the manga, and the manga actually continued on. It was like the story was different, so I never read the manga. I kind of want to. I was kind of disappointed with the ending. I mean, I think I'm always disappointed with it. Not always, but you know, it's like a bittersweet when you end something like a show you really like. Like when One Piece ends, oh my gosh, my heart will be like, oh. I mean, you know, Naruto was bittersweet because I really like Naruto growing up. But Soul Eater, I wish there was more. I really liked the universe, the world building and everything. And I think I do need to read the manga, especially if it continues or the story goes in a different direction. Oh yeah, rage bait is definitely, yeah, no, it's totally a thing here. But it is an art. It is an art. Please just don't go just typing like hard R's in the chat. It's just so low brow. Save that for the Discord. I'm just kidding. Guys, join the Discord. It's the blackest hole you will find yourself in. Oh my gosh. Speaking of the Discord, I don't even know if I want to do a voice chat right now. Not that I don't want to talk to y'all. I love talking to y'all. I'm just tired. And it's going to devolve into insanity. As it did last time. Which I love, you know. No, Discord is dope. Get sucked in to the black hole Discord. That link probably doesn't work. If it doesn't, go to my damn page. That link should work, hopefully. Yeah, I'm not doing myself any favors. Let me make sure nobody's actually joined the Discord, because I forget that I made it like where I have to approve people. So sometimes somebody hit me up and they were like, I guess they left the Discord. They said they were drunk and they left the Discord. And I get a message like, yo, accept my pending. And I'm like, wait, why aren't you in the Discord? They're like, I was drunk. Or like, I mean, they said it in their first message, but I'm like, wait, I thought you were in the Discord. Ugh, it was just funny. And you would fall asleep on chat again. I know. You guys' voices are just like lullabies. Y'all are all little jigglypuffs, you know? I swear, if I do a group call right now, I will probably pass the fuck out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I think I was on stream too the one time I fell asleep recently. It was just so fun. I woke up and I'm laying in bed. Like I was like half asleep, half awake when I woke up. And it all dawned on me and it came back. And I was like, your camera's still on. And I had to get up and like crawl to the freaking PC and be like, all right, guys, appreciate you. You should. It's a good time. Do you not understand what function those serve either? I just figured you wouldn't want to speak to me. Wait, who are you talking to, Jimelina? Who doesn't want to speak to you? Yeah, I know. People are probably like, what the hell? Yeah, I went back and reviewed the conversation because I think there were people in the voice call. So, because I woke up to messages from everybody being like, yo, that was crazy. You fell asleep. Yo, the chat got so crazy. And I was like, oh my God, let me like look at this. Because my mind went to like the worst possible thing. It wasn't bad. I just missed a lot of good stuff. So, oh, Chris. Jim, why? I probably would too. I don't know why I'm fucking awake at 3 a.m. every day. Yeah. I don't know why. I was doing so good this week, guys. I was getting on at like 10, 11 p.m., 12 a.m. And I'm back to my old ways tonight or today. Well, actually, y'all were on the Discord with me, so I was hanging out with y'all. But yeah, I guess freaking started the stream at like 3 a.m. or like 2 a.m. or something. Oh yeah, appreciate you, Tilly. Appreciate you. That's like my biggest fear at falling asleep on stream is just you know, if there's no moderators around, to just stop people from completely taking the channel, taking the channel or something. But yeah, and that's another reason I'm so happy I had the Discord on where people have to be accepted, because I don't want somebody to be able to jump on the voice chat, just start screaming obscenities and whatnot. Pretty sure everybody that's in the Discord, want to do that pretty much. So, and if they do, it will be a sad day when I make them walk the plank. But I will take great satisfaction in doing it. Oh, and guys, can I ask you a favor? I'm gonna ask you guys a favor. If you notice I have food on my face, can you let me know? In the video I posted, I've got freaking a rice grain hanging from my damn beard. All right, and then I mentioned it to Soup, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna mention it, but da 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 da." And I'm like, "You had me sitting here talking with a piece of rice on my face, like, damn. Come on, guys, like, what the hell?" And actually, it happened again. I'm not gonna lie. I found 2 instances where I had rice in my beard, and I was like, "Oh my god." Jim believe. Oh, okay, whatever. I must have missed it in the chat. Oh my god. I posted it still. I just made sure to zoom in on it so everybody knows that yes, I'm aware I have rice in my face in the video I posted. Oh, appreciate you so much, Bonds. Hey, hold up. Shit. Hey, oh my gosh. Shut the fuck up, Chris. I thought the rice was AI. I hate you. I have wonky vision. I'll say something if I can see. Everybody has excuses. I think y'all just like seeing me embarrass myself. That's okay. It happens. It happens. It's going to continue to happen. So just got to get used to it. That rice was good though. Oh yeah, it's very chill, Bonds. It's very nice. It's a really fun place to be. Now, granted, you're in during a very chill time. Sometimes we do the politicans, and those streams are a little bit more toxic. It's the only way I can put it, really, because people are just kind of screaming their political beliefs and fighting with each other. But I kind of like, there's a little bit of chaos is good, I think. But like the regular crowd, all right, the OGs and the regular crowd, very good people, lots of different views and whatnot, and it gets heated sometimes, but everybody comes together in the end. And coming together, well, it's nice. So anyway, god damn it, Nightbot, like, I hate when you do that, dude. Like, you mess up the whole freaking thing. Why does it do that? Like, oh my god, it like double posts that shit. It's so annoying. I know why, because it's putting it in both, and then that's so dumb. Fair play, the back and forth. You got me with some good ones. We need to get Astral to do push-ups every time he gets a donation. You know what? That actually wouldn't be bad. That actually wouldn't be bad. How many push-ups? I'll be honest, guys. I'm not in the best shape I've ever been. So let's not make it too many at first, because I don't want to embarrass myself. Further than, the standard amount of embarrassment. That's not a bad idea. Eats a message that looks vaguely like a link. Nightbot, gets hungry at times. No, the chaos is fun. Like sometimes, sometimes I really enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. It depends on the donation. Okay, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Well, I guess I'll be the one working out in that instance. Be a good way to keep me in shape. Although, I do think I burn a lot of calories running my mouth. So, At least I'm doing something. Oh, yeah, Fonz. That's a... I went down the whole power trippy mod thing. That was an arc last year. And, yeah, we've got a pretty good mod team. And since the mods disagree with each other and fight with each other, they keep each other in check. So if any mod gets power trippy, generally somebody lets me know so we can assess the situation and deal with it accordingly. Plus, most things are, I mean, it's pretty open here. I mean, you have to be doing some kind of ridiculous stuff to get, you know, silenced and whatnot. So, oh, does Kami still post in Discord? Man, I haven't really seen him. Trying to keep up with everybody sometimes is, you know, everybody's got a lot going on in life. You know, everybody's, you know, got their own things. I've not seen him in a while. What's a while is the question. Oh my God, I'm like scrolling through the stuff you guys posted, Christopher. I don't know why, but I was, you posted like some fight stuff. And one of the people on the thumbnail looked like, or like I looked at him and it looked like a buff, on like a quick glance, it looked like a buff Lil Dicky. Yes, a potential for evil. Yes. He's a strange dude. Well, guys, if you're in the black hole, you're probably a little strange yourself, you know? But I think that's the allure, if you will. Speaking of the black hole, I was actually going to look for something earlier, and I completely stopped looking for it because we got sidetracked. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? It's right here. Yes. There's a specific part I'm looking for. Oh yeah, right here.
Back in the black hole, broadcasting live from the edge of it.
Yes, we are broadcasting live from the edge of the black hole. But let's do something a little bit more chill. You know, it's early for a lot of people. We'll do something a little chill. But I did want to play that little snippet. Kami might be in hibernation. I've been meaning to reach out to him. Have I reached out to him? Oh shit, actually he might be hiding. I don't think he responded to me. Huh. I might have to set up a search team at some point. Track him down. Ooh, too much blood. You know what's funny? I hear people bleep that word. The red liquid. I hear people bleep that word in their YouTube videos. So, and then when I posted, I ended up like pretty much bleeping it because I was like, are you not supposed to say that on YouTube? Let me check my audio levels here. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Let me turn it down. There we go. I didn't realize the music was so loud. I want it to be at a chill value. There we go. Background. Take care of the fawns. Be safe out there. It's a crazy world. Appreciate you for getting sucked in. Ooh, yeah. Well, this was pretty productive stream. I have to say. We actually kind of stayed on topic, which is a difficulty for me sometimes. Exactly. Keep all appendages clear of the event horizon. Wow. Not gonna lie, guys. It's probably gonna do it for me on this stream. I think we got some good stuff, though. Some good stuff going here. I'm gonna kick it in the Discord, though. I'm gonna hop in gaming voice. So if you guys wanna come kick it in gaming voice, I don't know what we'll be doing in there. I'll be chilling back. I might fall asleep, honestly, in gaming voice, but at least I won't fall asleep on stream. But as always, where is my... Hold up. Guys, listen. PSA. If you get too close to the black hole, you will be sucked in. Appreciate all the subs, likes, donos, jewels. You guys were blinging me out. Until later today, I plan on being live tonight. Take care, and I'll see you in the Discord if you drop by.